my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
And we shall overcome.
Impromptu celebrations erupted outside the White House.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence.
I gotta make sure I do this the right way. Yo, what's up, man? Salute to the family. Much love and respect to everybody who jumped on tonight. Man, we got a lot to talk about. Tonight. I've been away for a minute. The holidays have been holidaying. And that's okay. I ain't got no problem with it. I had no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? The first thing we got to talk about, and we got many things we're gonna be chopping about tonight. Y'all know how we do it. Who knows when we're gonna start, when we're gonna stop. But the first thing is this right here: the college football playoffs. I don't know how I did it. I did this so crazy that I made a title, and the title that I made didn't even come up. That's how wild this shit is. That what happened when you start smoking the drink. You never know what might happen. Here we go. Let's fix it accordingly. All right, here we go. We fixing the accordingly. Real quick, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people have to say hit the like button, because I think everybody understands you should probably hit the like button just for being on the show. You know what I'm saying? Just coming through. You feel me? You paid your money to watch Family Matters, right? So if you paid your money for that, you can hit the like button and it don't be no smoke. It shouldn't be no smoke with it. You know what I'm saying? So here we go right here. Shout out to my brother Lou, a true Notre Dame fan. He got lucky today because of the ridiculousness that happened, and I want to say condolences to everybody who lost anybody, you know what I'm saying, any family member, anybody who was close to them, and the act of nonsense that went on in New Orleans. I mean, a damn shame. It's just a damn shame. We should be able to walk around and live our lives how we want to live them without bullshit like that going on, and it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. It's something that, hey, find out who this man was working with. I know he killed himself. Find out who else he was talking to. Find out who else had something to do with this stuff, man. Because driving the car, and I know y'all, I don't know if y'all seen, and I love trials, and we're going to be watching trials over here, but I don't know if y'all seen, but from, I believe it was Wisconsin or some shit. Nigga drove into a crowd of individuals and then tried to represent himself. One of the funniest cases that I've ever seen in my life. But man, we got to stop the violence, man. Stop it. There's no reason for you to, regardless of what you're going through, taking innocent folks' lives. That should never happen, man. That should never happen. But I'm gonna leave it with that. Who am I? Outside of that, but because of that situation, Georgia and Notre Dame, their game has been postponed until tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing it tomorrow. But I want to talk about real quick some of these other games that didn't happen. And then we'll get to current events, and we'll get to everything that we chop it up on this channel on a regular basis. So I want to say this first. Shout out to Marky Dan, man. A real one, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problems with Marky. I ain't got no problems with him. I got a lot of love and respect for him. Marky Dan told me, he said, well, Boise State gonna be the Cinderella story. I want to say before Boise, he said SMU gonna beat Penn State. I want to say he said that, but I can't say that to be a fact. So I'm gonna hold my tongue on that one. He said Boise, they gonna run over Penn State. I said, boys, they can't deal with shit in the trenches. They've been able to run the ball because they got a phenomenal running back, and they've been playing subpar competition. Look at Oregon tonight. Oregon went out there and got embarrassed. Got hands put on them by Ohio State. And they deserved it. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. The real reason we did this show tonight, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The real reason that this show is happening is because Georgia and Notre Dame didn't get a chance to play. And my brother, my big homie, one of the greats, if y'all are not following this channel, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Make sure y'all go follow Rebuttal Entertainment. My big homie Lou, you know what I'm saying? This is my big brother. He got Notre Dame watching Georgia. So I gotta do it the right way. I gotta bring him to the stage the right way. I gotta make sure that I give him the proper introduction that he deserves. Because over here, you know what I'm saying? You can't just pull up. If you pull up, then we gotta show you love. Lou, real quick. For those who don't know, one of the premier channels as far as boxing knowledge goes, as far as knowing the sport of boxing, as far as being able to speak to the sport and be non-biased about his opinion. One of the truest, also a brilliant mind when it comes to the political game, when it comes to everyday life. Y'all make sure y'all check out Late Night Shenanigans, because that's where it really go down. That's one of my favorite shows. But an individual who is just talented in multiple ways, you can touch on damn near any topic that you want to talk about. Lou, welcome to the show, my brother. Thank you for joining.
Oh man, I appreciate it, champ. Anytime Notre Dame and Georgia hit the fan, I got to come on and talk some shit.
And then when we got to now, real quick, Lou, I talked about it a little earlier, but did you hear about the reason that, before we get into the actual game, the reason that the game is being held up? Did you hear about it?
Yeah, because of when the guy ran into the people and killed them.
Yeah. Not to get too political, they saying it could be a terrorist attack. They don't really know. What's your thoughts on that piece of it right there, as far as this sense of or what I think you would agree with me, the nonsense that this man done did to not just hold up the game, but the kill individual down there in an area that I done been to Bourbon Street a few times, and it's always a good time down there in an area that they're supposed to be about enjoyment. What's your thoughts on what this brother done did?
Yeah, everybody putting their belief on other people, man, instead of on themselves, man. You got your belief, they got their belief. You ain't got to harm them. You're going to harm somebody, harm yourself, man. Life is too precious, man. Everybody got families, and you upset with the whole world because of your own, your own beliefs and stuff like that, man. It just ain't right, man. Now all these people that got families gotta make things, for their families. Yeah. So it's just crazy, man.
It's out of order, man. It's out of order, and I just wish nothing but love and respect, and I hope the family that was affected by this, they can get by it. You know what I mean? And I hope justice. The man killed himself, so I guess there's some semblance of justice, but I don't know. But he should have did that before he even ran into them people. Exactly. He should just go on and take your own anyway, that's a whole nother story. I don't want to. But take your own life before you want to take somebody else.
Exactly.
But moving forward. So the game was postponed. It seems like they're going to be playing the game tomorrow at 4 p.m. First things first. Do you think that the postponement of this game, do you think it helped anybody? Does it hurt anybody? Or is it just a formality that just kind of end up happening?
I think it hurt both teams because both teams was ready to play, man. You know, them kids get their mindset for a day. They playing at night, too. Now they got to play during the day. You know, now they got to get their mind adjusted to playing during the evening time, man. You know, I think it hurt the kids, man.
And a lot of times when you know what your schedule is going to be and you know you got that late game, then I know many coaches who they end up pushing practice back so that the practices kind of line up with when you need to be at peak performance for game time. You know what I'm saying? I've seen coaches do things like that. And mind you got two brilliant coaches up here what's Marcus' last name? I can't call his last name right now.
It's shit, I forgot myself.
But a brilliant, one of the youngest coaches in football, a brilliant coach from what we've seen, especially how his team responds. But before we get into, I think Kirby is a brilliant mind as well. Before we get into how we think the different teams will win, what would you say?
Oh yeah, it's Freeman, Marcus Freeman.
There we go. What's your thoughts on Marcus Freeman? How he running the program? What he got going on as far as Notre Dame goes? What's your thoughts on it?
I think now that he's third year, I think he just get adjusted to coaching, man. You know, he got his own players in there now, and I think he got his offense in there. He got his defensive coordinator in there. I think he's building a bridge for what Notre Dame football is all about, and that's running the attack. You know, who was it? Chip Kelly, whatever that dude name, left and went to LSU.
Brian Kelly.
Yeah, he's more of passing the ball and stuff like that, man. You know, Notre Dame got them big dogs up in there, man, and they got a good running attack. They got a good hell of a running attack, man. I think that's what Notre Dame football is all about, and he bringing it back. You know, pound the ground, pound your ass.
Lou, you know, me and you, we talk offline a lot, and a lot of time when we talk about, especially football, we talk about the trenches, winning in the trenches, right? And I got to give Marcus Freeman credit because one thing even with the Brian Kelly era, I almost said Chip like you did, with the Brian Kelly era, and what was I can't remember. I don't want to call him fat, but what was the big dude, the big white dude?
Charlie White.
There we go. Even in their eras, Notre Dame, they always have produced great offensive linemen. But at the same time, even with them producing great offensive linemen, they weren't able to get it done against the top tier. And I mean, in the recent history of college football, they haven't been able to get it done in the trenches. Do you think that Marcus Smart he got the trenches under control in a different way than Brian or Brian Kelly or Charlie Weiss did?
Yeah, because I think they more brought in trenches who specialize in pass blocking. He brought up the guys that specialize in, run blocking. You know what I mean? So, because it's different kind of players, man. You know how it is. It's some players who pass block better, some players who run block better. And, he got the players, they run a double tight set sometimes, the fullback in front of the tip. They run pro sets sometimes, man. They do a lot of things, man. The only thing about Notre Dame, like I said, they really can't get the players that they want because of the academic.
Yeah, they got that high academic standard,
and they're not going to change for nobody.
Now, I'm a huge fan of Kirby Smart, and I listen to Kirby when he talk about teams. There are certain teams he gonna say, "Hey, this is what they're great at. This is what they struggle at. This is what we think we can take advantage." Kirby, when he gives interviews, he's pretty honest. I listened to him talk about Notre Dame, and the thing that stood out to me is when he said Notre Dame, they have physicality like an SEC team.
Yep.
And one of the things that I think we dominate a lot of teams, especially out of conference, even within conference, is physicality. I think that's one of Georgia's strong suits. But to hear Kirby speak on the physicality of Notre Dame the way he did, you know what I mean? It made me question, you know, what you think you're going to be able to do from your perspective, Lou. What's that physicality looking like? That the offensive line, the defensive line, winning in the trenches. What's that look like for Notre Dame in your opinion?
The thing about Notre Dame offensive line this year, you know, all of them averaging 300 pounds. Yeah. You know what I mean? Big cornbread eating boys, man. You know what I mean? You know, keep going downhill, man. Even the defensive line is done got a lot better, man. You know, and that's why like teams like Notre Dame, Georgia, Texas and stuff, they beat them little teams like who they put Boise State and all them people, man. They too big for them little teams.
Yeah. And I agree. Hey, look, people telling me now, and I agree. Penn State, they tough on the inside. I think we mollywop Penn State. But before we get that opportunity, we got to beat y'all. And Lou, I'm gonna tell you the truth. This why, and I want your opinion because I know you picking. I know who you picking. You know who I'm picking. It's no secrets out here.
You right. It ain't no secret.
Ain't no secret. But at the same time, I think me and you, we can make arguments for our teams. And so I'm gonna start the argument off. I don't think that y'all done seen anything in trench wise that y'all gonna see against Georgia. I think y'all done seen some good teams, play some good teams in the trenches, but I don't think y'all seen nothing in the trenches the way what we gonna present. The other thing is that y'all have had so much success running the football. I don't think y'all have success running the football. To beat us, y'all gonna have to throw the football. And one thing I know about Kirby is that he ain't got no problems. If you beat us with the big plays, if the quarterback beat us with 50-50 balls, we lose the game. I don't think y'all quarterback can beat us with 50-50 balls. And I think that we win in the trenches against y'all. I think we're able to run the ball better. I think we can stop y'all run. And my last point, offensively, I think that Gunnar Stockton is something that y'all are not going to be quite prepared for. And even though people look at Gunnar Stockton as a running quarterback, the man beat every record that Trevor Lawrence ever created in the state of Georgia. Gunnar Stockton beat all of them. And the only problem is he ain't had the opportunity to show how good
what I'm about to say. He don't have the experience, man. We don't know if he's going to choke under pressure or not.
I agree with that. I agree. We don't know what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But up until this current moment of time, the man ain't did nothing but win. So that's my argument. I think that overall, I think we beat y'all in the trenches. I think we're going to force y'all to beat us in the passing game. I don't trust y'all quarterback enough to beat us in the passing game. And I think that Gunnar Stockton will do enough to be effective as far as us moving the ball. I think we'll win the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball, and we'll be able to run it, not necessarily at will, but we'll be able to get 3 to 4 yards consistently, and then we'll have 4 or 5 chunk plays in the run game, as well as 2 or 3 big plays in the pass game.
It sounds like to me you more confident than your head coach.
I might be, but I think Kirby very confident in this group. I think he's very confident. And
we got to get past. Once we get the key to beating Georgia, we got to get past the front. Once we get to them linebackers and them safeties and them corners, that's where we're gonna beat them at. We got to do a lot of draws, a lot of sweeps, a lot of screens. Because we're not running straight downhill on them all the time. Because they got some big dudes down in them trenches. So we're going to have to go off tackle, do some sweeps, do some screens. But, because that running back, that motherfucker got to run a 4-1. Notre Dame no more. That Bama like that. You know what I mean? So that's how we're gonna have. That's what we're gonna have to do, and then do some play action, man. Because y'all secondary is real suspect to me.
All right, hold on. Give me a quick second, Lou. I want to come back to the point you just brought up. But before I do that, shout out to Melvin Air, the podcast in the building, man. Salute to Melvin Air in the building. Happy New Year's, fam. Happy New Year. Excuse me. Happy New Year, my brother. Much love and respect. Hey, we're going to keep doing it like we do it around here, man. Shout out to Texas G in the building. Salute, fam. Much love and respect, Texas G. Salute to you, family. Shout out to my big sister in the building, man. Miss 702. Man, salute, sis. Happy, Lou. Miss 702 is like Tony over here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So shout out to Miss 702, man. That's my big sister right there. So much love and respect. Lou, I want to ask you this. I agree with you. I agree that we ain't as strong in the secondary. What I disagree. Where me and you disagree is that I think we have the best linebacker talent in the country.
But what I was talking about covering the running backs out the backfield.
Me too.
Okay.
And the thing is the linebacker talent that we recruit, we run sideline to sideline better than any defense in the nation.
Yep. But them wheel routes, man. I mean, it's gonna be hard covering Love, man. You know that dude. We talked about that dude can run.
If we can't cover him on the wheel route, then I'm pretty sure we're gonna expect to get there before the wheel route even develop.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna have to do.
So, I think we can do all of those things now. On offense, how much do you trust your quarterback?
Riley, okay, man. He's just one of them. He cannot. Once he make a mistake, he get frustrated too much. That's why I feel we're gonna run the ball 65% of the time. And we're gonna make y'all defense work, man. Because when Riley get in there, he's throwing that ball, one interception, one close interception. He get frustrated, then he start just throwing the ball any kind of way. But don't let him get hot. If he get hot, pinpoint accuracy, man. But I think the defense is going to win this game. Either our defense, Notre Dame defense, or Georgia defense is going to win this game. The offense ain't going to win it.
I think, Lou, and tell me if you think we can win with this. I think we put up 31 points on y'all.
That's a lot of points. I don't know. You might. But if you put up 31, we putting up 35.
Okay. So regardless, you picking Notre Dame to figure a way out to win this motherfucker.
We're going to figure it out, man. We cannot keep losing these playoffs games, man. We're going to figure it out. This going to be the year. Y'all best quarterback is out. His bum butt saying he going to the NFL. I don't understand that one, but it is what it is. Then we're going to have to frustrate the guy who's next man up. Put some pressure on him. Make him make mistakes.
Now, what's interesting is y'all defensive coordinator. I like him a lot. I can't call his name right now, but I like him a lot. He does a hell of a job of showing one type of coverage, kind of switching things into something different when the quarterback drops back. My thing is this though. I think that Gunner will throw the ball. I think they have confidence in him throwing the ball. Are you going to be able to counteract the way he's able to utilize his legs? Because even Carson Beck, even though he had a quote unquote one of the best arms for the NFL, the man still was able to utilize his legs to some degree. Well, Gunnar Stockton can utilize his legs to a much better degree than Carson, and he still got arm talent. I think people, because they haven't seen him play enough, they don't believe that he truly has arm talent. The man was, I believe, the third-ranked quarterback coming out of high school when he got drafted by Georgia. Oh, not drafted, when he got recruited by Georgia. So all I'm saying is I think he's going to be able to throw the ball when necessary, but I think the leg issues, as far as him being able to run the ball, it had a whole nother wrinkle into things, and I think that's trouble for y'all defensive coordinator.
I think we got some of the best cover linebackers in the game in college. Our linebackers are fast and big. I think when you got an inexperienced quarterback, one of the biggest games of his life, you putting pressure on him, and when he come out that pocket running, you pounding his ass. They're gonna cut a lot of that stuff out. They're gonna cut a lot of it out. Yeah, he can scramble. I've seen him scramble. He can run. But once they keep hitting him, that makes you kind of hesitant. It makes you kind of hesitant. We got to force him to throw that ball. We want him to throw the ball. That's what we want him to do. Keep him in the pocket, make him throw the ball. Because I don't think Georgia can beat Notre Dame throwing the ball. Now, if he get out the pocket, it's going to be some trouble.
So let me ask this. In your opinion, I know you just said you don't think Georgia can beat Notre Dame throwing the ball. I think we kind of went through what I think y'all keys to success will be. What do you think Georgia's keys to success will be to beat y'all?
Pound the ball, wear the defense out, keep them on the field. You got to keep them on the field. And Georgia offensive line is big enough to do that.
It's so bad. It's so bad though. So our most two physical running backs. So like now Trevor Etienne and Nate Frazier, they are starting running backs right now. Those are, and then Cash Jones, he spells as well. The problem is none of these are physical downhill backs. Our two starting physical downhill backs. We have a third in Chauncey Bowman, who are true freshmen, but Roger Robinson and Branson Robinson both are injured. You know what I'm saying? And ain't been able to put them on the field together all season, which I think that really hurts us. But at the same time, I think we have so much talent around this team. And when you look at the true freshman in Nate Frazier, when you look at Trevor Etienne, you know what I'm saying? When you look at Cash Jones, they ain't fit. Hell, the offensive line do such a good job that they ain't running for a 2-yard gain. Ain't nothing special. It's expected. So, do you think y'all beat us up front on defense? Do you think y'all beat us up front?
I think it's going to be a challenge. I think it's going to be, but like I told you, our second tier, the linebackers is what makes Notre Dame defense.
Yeah.
It's the linebackers. If you weren't watching them play, it's the linebackers. You know what I mean? Coming up, filling them gaps, taking on them big linemen, man. That's why I said they have the advantage of the offensive line against our defensive line. But our defensive line is big enough to hold them guys up.
To let our
linebackers to come up and make some plays.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting game. And I'm not real familiar with the secondary of Notre Dame. What's your secondary looking like?
We got a good secondary. Ryan Clark's son, he plays it back there.
Yeah, I
know that. He's pretty good, man. We got a cornerback, man. This guy, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but it's gonna come to me. This guy should be going the first round. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I don't know his name. I don't know.
It's going to come to me, but he should be going the first round.
So y'all cover.
It's
y'all
Great
cover
Christian.
well.
I think it's Great Christian. That's what it is.
So y'all cover well on the back end.
Yeah. They finally got some speed back there. They normally had slow posts. I can outrun them, but now they got some speed up.
And he said I can. So let me ask you, when it come down to, I think we kind of broke down Georgia offense versus Notre Dame defense. When we flip it and we look at Notre Dame defense or Notre Dame offense, versus Georgia defense, what's your opening thoughts on that? How does Notre Dame?
Our running back and the tight end. You know, Evans, number 88, he first round. He going first round. He might go in the top 20.
Okay.
You know, and the running back, Jeremy Love, that man running the 4.1, 4.2 40. Man, that dude fast as hell, man. You know, they're going to have to stop him. I'm feeding him the ball like I'm never feeding nobody. Then we got the backup guy named Price, the Durian, I think, man. He can run too. So our offense is pretty good. It's up to we got to make sure Leonard Riley just not making stupid mistakes, man.
So now, being me personally, being a fan of Kirby Smart, I've been a fan of Kirby even when he was at Alabama. I was a fan of Kirby Smart then. Happy that he came to Georgia. Happy. One of the things that if you ever pay attention to his defense, it seems like he knows how to shut the run down. You know what I'm saying? One thing he's not going to let him beat. Oh well. He'll let a team that is known for throwing the ball. He'll let them get a little more. He'll sacrifice a little more in the run game versus the passing game if they're known for big plays and those type of things. But with Notre Dame being known for grinding the ball, sitting on it, putting their head, putting the helmet on the helmet, you know what I'm saying, the hat on the hat, and thinking they're gonna move things, I think Kirby gonna have something for that. I think he's gonna make sure that Notre Dame's not able to run the ball like they want to. If that's the case, what's the answer for Notre Dame?
That's what I told you, though. That's why we're not running inside. You know, we know them big linemen in the inside. We doing wheel routes. We doing screens. You know, we drawing them in. We doing draws. We doing counters, man. We going all outside. We going off tackle. You know, but Kirby designed the defense, but he ain't playing on the field.
But the guys he got out there playing, especially at linebacker, some of the fastest linebackers being recruited right now.
Yeah,
individual who can play safety easily. Out there playing linebacker, running 4.3, 4.4s, being able to go sideline to sideline on a regular basis.
How many games Georgia lose this year?
2.
Okay, and what was everybody talking about when they lost in 2 games?
The lack of coverage that they played as far as giving up big plays in the passing game.
They up and down. They up and down. What Georgia team going to show up? Do we know?
I think we do.
Is it the Georgia team that barely beat Texas?
Well, that Georgia team, the same team that barely beat Texas twice.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Is it?
If that team shows up, Notre Dame cooked. If the team that showed up in the second half, team that showed up in the second half against Alabama, Notre Dame cooked. The only team that Notre Dame can beat is the team that showed up against Ole Miss. And even in that game, even in the Ole Miss game, we had so many damn injuries, and injuries is not an excuse. So I ain't even bringing that up.
Yeah, I'm about to say next man up, right?
Yeah, next man up. So at the end of the day, whatever Georgia team show up, I believe is better than the Notre Dame team that's going to show up. So
you said we shouldn't even show up, right?
Nah, I want y'all to, and I want y'all to have one of y'all best performances. I think it's bad. I think it's bad for college football. Y'all want to beat Indiana like y'all beat Indiana. I ain't got no problem with it. At the same time, I want to see the best. That's why they set this college football playoffs up, so we can see the best play the best.
Yeah, I'm be honest, it's an evenly matched game. That's why the bookies got it even. Really, it's -1 to 1. You know, 100 plus 100. So it's really even. It's even. You know, the bookies even got it even.
I just think them dogs for to do y'all dirty.
Okay, yeah. You know, what do I always tell you? We God's team, right? Who the mighty power?
The Most High.
Exactly.
Hey, all we can do is sit and have a conversation. That's it.
Hopefully we don't have one of them leg games. I just look at it like this, and not Alabama, because they always whoop us on it in playoffs. This time I think we got a chance.
Hey.
All you need is chance in life is chances.
Hey, you know what's so crazy? Look, Alabama, they always whoop us too. They be the one team that whoop us too. So I will say I think Alabama should have made it real quick. Shout out to my brother Mark Nash, man.
Mark Nash in the building.
Man, Mark Nash is in the building. That's my brother right there, man. Shout out to Mark Nash. Shout out to William Old School. Another great brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chris as well. Shout out to Skills from New Orleans. Skills, man. Were you in the city when they driving the damn truck and shit through the crowd, man? Was you in the city? Let me know. But man, much love to everybody who's showing up and showing out tonight. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Me and my brother Roberto, we just up here chopping it up about college football, man. So
how you feel? Let me ask you something. How you feel about the pros playing on Saturdays when college football is going on?
It's some hating shit, man. It's some hating shit. I think they worried about the amount of money that these players are getting now, and I think they saying, well, if we're gonna be competing like this, we got to take a damper off this sport just a tad bit and make sure that we just shine in light. That's what I believe. Shout out to Cash Crypto in the building, my brother Cash.
Yeah, I don't like it, man. I don't like it, man. Let college football get their shine. NFL is the best game in America, in the world. We need to let these kids get their shine, man. I don't like it. They trying to take away TV time from these college players. Because I'm going to be honest, when the college game's on and I want to watch, I don't even watch the NFL on Saturday. I ain't even watch Pittsburgh when they lost. I watch the college game.
Man, so me personally, and this goes a little further back for me, but it goes into me and the NBA and college basketball. I prefer to watch college basketball. I think college basketball is a much more pure form of the game. Same way with college football. I think it's a much more pure form of the game. It reminds me of the game I grew up with versus what the NFL has made it into versus what the NBA has made it into. And I understand why they made it into what they made it into, because they got money on the line. You feel me? They got a bottom line that they're looking at. But as true fans, give me college basketball, give me college football all day, every day. I can teach a motherfucker watching that film breakdown. Whereas in the NFL, a lot of times I can't teach out for a lot of what's going on in the NFL versus what I can do in college football or college basketball, especially college basketball.
Yeah.
In college basketball, and one of the things I always say, college basketball, that shit, it translates throughout all levels of basketball outside of the NBA. If you go to Europe, you're going to find teams running the zone. And when you find teams running the zone, you got to know how to beat the zone. You don't learn that in the NBA. You learn that shit in college basketball.
Yeah, but we can't go. We can't go left. Let's stick with football.
I know I'm out of order.
Let's stick with football, man. But I just don't like it, man. Hopefully the NFL will change the policy, man. But they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep, because they know they number one in America, man. But I just think it's some shady shit they doing to college football, man.
They don't have but at this current moment in time, I'm looking at guys getting college deals that are better than NFL deals.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Even the quarterback who decommitted from LSU and is going to Michigan, this man got $10 million plus. So
them big schools can pay him.
That's what's being reported. But my thing is, if you go to the damn league as a third round pick, you ain't getting $10 million plus.
Not at all. I'll stay my ass in college.
Man, what? Man, you got to make the money where the money is at. And it just seemed like Man, the amount of money being offered right now, I felt like NIL was going to be a good thing, but there has to be some type of cap to it because the numbers that's being offered right now is ridiculous.
Yeah, some of it now, man, I think is starting to mess up a little bit of college football, man. Because I think the portal just need to be open twice. That's it, twice, and after that, you're done. All this transferring, everybody commitment, it's all about money now. Get your money. They should never stop that, but they got to find a way to make it better.
But this is the thing, and this is why I think college football hurt itself. Before the NIL deals came into play, right? They opened up that transfer portal. Because you opened up the transfer portal and then you allow NIL to come in, one of the two got to be shut down. And the reason one of the two got to be shut down is because you're not incentivizing individuals to, although make the money they can make, but then go be the best person and player they can be. That's why a lot of these players would commit to a lot of these other colleges. It wasn't about the money necessarily. It's about being the best player you could be. And what we're seeing now is it ain't about being the best you can be. It's about the money. If I can make $10 million now, damn NFL. Damn, being the best player I can be. Let me get that money now. Shit, we can sit on that. We good.
You see now, what's the guy name? I forgot. Lanega, Miami basketball coach. He stepped down.
I ain't see his name.
Lanega. He been here for a long time. I forgot that's his name. He stepped down last week because he said the NIL. He said 5 or 6 of his players on transfer. He said he just can't take it no more.
Yeah. I think that's why Nick Saban got the hell on.
Oh yeah, he said it. He can't take it no more. It's the way you do it, the way you don't. They're gonna have to figure it out to better it. But thank God for those Bannon brothers.
But what you used to have is that you would have individuals who were tapping in to, or not necessarily jumping on board, but they were sitting there saying, I'm choosing this program because I think they're going to develop me the best. They're going to allow me to be the best player I can be, and then I can make my money where I'm supposed to make my money at. Now, it's like, well, I'm going here. Damn them develop. They offer me $2 million. If I can get $2 million, damn how I play. And what you end up seeing is the players go there, not get developed, not end up being anything worth a damn outside of the $2 million they got. And unfortunately, I'm starting to hear stories of college players that end up getting $1 million, or well, not even $1 million. I done heard of $250,000 for NIL, more or less dropping out of college on that $250,000, and it not being nothing more than the $250,000.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because everybody don't deserve NIL. Everybody don't deserve it. Just because you play a certain sport, that don't matter. NIL should be made for. Let me see. I'm just gonna say A-level players, ones who have a 90% chance of going pro.
But at this current moment in time, even the 3-star individual, you know what I'm saying, the individual who just done hit the radar of some of these major college program, they looking for 100,000 at least.
Exactly.
At least.
Where was that when I was playing? Good God Almighty.
Hey, real quick, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got my brother. I think I shouted Martin Nash out earlier. William Old School earlier. Cash Crypto is in the building as well. Cool Breeze is in the building. HB, the voice of reasoning. I call him Mufasa. Anybody don't know? Got the one need to be in damn movies if it was up to me, because he got the voice of one of them movie actors. But shout out to all y'all, man. Much love and respect. Much love and respect. Vaughn is in the building. I don't know if that's King Vaughn, but we got Vaughn in the building. So
hey, let me ask you, Doug. You think they did Oregon dirty, man? The seeding.
Nah, well, the problem is this. If you ever look at brackets, 9 times out of 10, because of the way brackets work, the number one team end up with tougher matches.
Some of them do, but they got to do it. They're going to do it, get better. Oregon shouldn't have been playing them, man. To win that bomb.
No. Well, now, if the argument is, I think there should have been a different way for them to break down who was one, or break down the positioning in the college football playoffs. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I agree 100% with that. I didn't think that Boise should have had a first round bye. I didn't think Arizona State should have had a first round bye. I would have preferred to see Arizona State and Tennessee play in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Boise and SMU play in the first round. Boise and Clemson play in the first round. Let them boys chop it up, because unfortunately for Boise and for Arizona State, they ain't beat no damn body. They ain't even played nobody. That's
exactly. They shouldn't even, been there really. But since they got that conference, championship thing, they automatically get it. That's how it is, man.
I think that conference championship need to be redone. If anything, I think the top 4 seeds should have been Georgia, Oregon, Ohio State, and Texas. I think those should have been the top 4 seeds, and then everybody else fit in around them. But I mean, I understand them trying to respect conference win or conference play or conference with conference championships and those type of things. But if you ain't playing no damn body, ain't nobody in your damn conference. What that mean? You know what I mean?
1,000%. Man, they was tearing Gentry ass up, man.
They need to.
It just showed you. It just shows you different divisions, man. He wouldn't have did all that stuff in the SEC or stuff like that, man.
You're right. It was interesting, even when Georgia won the SEC championship. First person that Kirby called out was the SEC commissioner, Greg Sankey.
Yeah. And
Greg Sankey standing right there on the damn stage with him. That's why I respect Kirby. Kirby, he said what nigga want to say. You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, when you got these motherfuckers, they gonna put us on the road this many times, and then come back and get the exact same schedule. Just say this year, instead of, even though y'all playing the same schedule, where y'all was at home, y'all away this year. Where y'all was away, y'all at home.
A lot of people glad that shit happened to Oregon though, because they don't like Oregon coach Lennon. That dude is obnoxious as shit, man. So, they beat them dudes today like they stole something, man.
I like Dan Lennon. I think it take a level of obnoxiousness to be a head coach.
Yeah, and it takes a level of humility, if that's a word, being humble to be a head coach too.
Yeah. Hey, look, Dan only real losses. He lost against Georgia. I believe he lost against Ohio State. He ain't lost against nobody but the best so far since he been at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And so, hey, stick your chest out. But when it's time to perform, you need to have your team ready. And Oregon was definitely not ready today.
Yeah, they got their ass whooped.
Molly walked out there, motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, I ain't expecting it to be like that.
Exactly. I turned the game off, started watching other crazy shit. I'm like, man, I thought it was gonna be a good game.
Hold on.
Then I was like, damn, they getting mopped. We're gonna mop Georgia. So, man.
So, Lou, now I'm glad you said y'all gonna mop Georgia. We need, hey, I'm gonna jump on your show probably. We need to know. What's the score? What's your prediction on the score? Then I'm giving my prediction on the score.
Notre Dame win by 3.
What's the score?
35-32.
I disagree with Lou. I think Georgia wins. I think Georgia wins by 13. I got the score. I'm going 28-15, man.
Remember, y'all got a rookie quarterback now.
He's not a rookie quarterback.
He gonna be a rookie. He gonna look like one tomorrow.
That's what y'all think. He ain't no rookie quarterback. The man beat NFL quarterback Trevor Lawrence. He broke all Trevor Lawrence records.
Man, I don't care about them records.
He a better quarterback than anything y'all gonna put on the field.
We'll see who performed the better, right?
We'll see what happens.
You know, when you get in them trenches, man, playoff one and done. You know, you under the whole world is watching. That shit is different. That shit is different than playing in Georgia, just playing in regular season games. When you playing the playoff game, the shit matters, man. Under the light, you see that gold helmet. You see God looking down upon you. Come on, Doug. Stop the bullshit.
Hey, man, y'all hit the link. Y'all feel free to come up here and give me and Lou y'all opinion. But Lou, I gotta tell you, you're wrong as hell. This what's gonna end up happening. Shout out to my brother. Let's talk about it. Shout out to Tony Reviews in the building. Shout out to Vaughn in the building. Man, much love and respect to everybody who's in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Look, Lou, this is gonna be the problem with all of it. You're not gonna be able to win the trenches. And because you can't win the trenches, and that's what y'all so used to doing, when you start to lose them, you're not going to know what to resort to. You're not going to have nothing to resort to. When you're getting whooped up front on offense and defense, which is what's going to happen, and then you say, let's start on defense. Let's start relying on linebackers. Now, well, we're going to go ahead and whoop y'all up front. And then we're going to allow our linemen and our tight ends to get to the second level. Man, we're going to run the ball easily. I'm predicting that we have 223 rushing yards on Notre Dame defense. And I think that Gunnar Stockton, I think Gunnar Stockton ends up throwing for about 217 yards for 2 touchdowns, and we're gonna put hands on y'all.
I think Love running for 140.
I'll take any bets you want to put on that right now. I'll take.
You know what I feel in betting? Only in the casinos, man.
I got you. I'm just telling you how. All right, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with you saying it. I'm just telling you, I don't see it happening that way. And I think that the running game, y'all gonna see, y'all gonna be so disappointed in your running game. Y'all gonna be looking at me and being like, "Damn, Doug."
I think this is the first time Georgia's defensive line is going to be overwhelmed. You know,
overwhelmed.
I think we're going to wear them down. That's how they lost them 2 games.
Bruh.
Wearing them down. They getting tired. They've been on the field all day. They get tired, Doug. They're not superhuman now. This is the
problem. This is the problem. If you look at the 2 games we lost, the first time when we lost against Alabama,
and they trash.
Hold on. It had nothing to do with our front 7. It had everything to do with them having a running quarterback and them being able to throw the ball down the field and have receivers that made miraculous plays. Shout out to Ryan Williams because the man made a miraculous play against us. That's the first thing. Then when you bring up in the second instance when we lost to Mississippi State, once again It had nothing to do with the trenches. It had everything to do with the quarterback and them winning downfield. And the problem with Notre Dame...
how did they escape and go downfield, though, Doug?
Let me finish. The problem with y'all is y'all can't beat us downfield. Y'all don't have the receiver talent to beat us downfield. And so we're going to stop y'all from running the ball. We're going to force your quarterback to throw the ball. And when we force him to throw it, we're going to capitalize off of that. That's what
your Riley can throw, man. And he can run, too. He's a running quarterback.
Agreed.
All right, now. So, we'll see. I like to talk about it, but, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, them gold helmets going to be shining, champ.
You working tomorrow at 4? Hey, I may be going live for the game. I may be going live.
I ain't going live, nigga. I be at work. That's why I'm mad is at 4 o'clock because I'm gonna be at work.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be watching it on my phone though.
I hear you. Hey, well look. Just look for a call from me when we put hands on you.
Nigga, didn't I tell you not to call me?
No, I can't make a phone call now.
Don't call me, y'all. When I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Luke, man, let me. I know it's late for you, anyways, my brother. I appreciate you jumping on, rocking with me, man. Give me your last words. And I mean, we're gonna keep chopping up. So you're welcome to stay if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You're more than welcome to stay. But give me your last words on this topic, as far as Notre Dame and Georgia go, and the college football playoffs in general.
Well, I agree with the bookies, man. I think it's almost an even game. I think Georgia do have the advantage in the trenches, but I think Notre Dame is much improved with their offense, man. Them big linemen they have to wear them Georgia linemen down, man. Georgia will have to substitute a lot, man. I think we can run on them. I think we can get on the outside, off tackle sweeps, stuff like that, double tight sets, man. Like I said, it's gonna be a close game. But I'm looking forward to Georgia quarterback making rookie mistakes, fumbling the ball, and Notre Dame coming down with a victory. But if you watch all the teams that played in the playoffs, I gotta admit, Ohio State look good, man. I ain't seen nobody beating Oregon like that, man. So we're gonna have to see, man. I'm not worrying about Penn State. Penn State choke. We're gonna beat the shit out of Penn State.
Y'all ain't even gonna get a chance to play Penn State, but I respect it. Hey, Lou, real quick, we got somebody in the background. You want me to pull them up?
I don't care. I'm about to get off in a minute, but yeah, you can put them up. They can come on.
All right, hold on. Hey, real quick, Brendan, man, let me make sure I can see you before you pull up, so there ain't no crazy shit. All right, I got you, bro. I got you. Good to go. All right, we got and I think this is the first time that I had my brother on the panel, man. We got my brother Brandon Looney Tune fan 2000 in this motherfucker, man.
Hello.
Shout out to him. Welcome to the panel, my brother. Give me your opening statements. Welcome.
When was the last time I've been on this panel?
Say it again.
When was the last time I've been on your panel?
Who was the last one to be on my panel?
When was the last time I was on your panel?
Oh, it's been, man. Man, the last time I really remember rocking with you, I think we was over at what's my boy name? I can't call his name right now.
And how much do you even love my channel?
Nah, you rock with the Looney Tune shit, bro. Like, I ain't got no problem with you. I don't got no smoke.
Many people say I have the best streams.
What you got to add to what we're talking about tonight?
UGA versus Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it is the match. I go to Match's channel a lot.
No, that's where I remember you from. Mad Chat channel, Mad Chat.
I usually stay there until the channel gets extremely triple X.
But what you got? Anything you got the add to the topic of conversation?
Do you have a favorite fighter in general?
Say what?
a favorite fighter?
Nah, man, we talking about Georgia, Notre Dame, man.
Oh,
I don't know what that was right there. I don't know what that was. But all right, Luke, man, give me a last word, man. Well, let me say this. I'm sorry, that threw me all the way off. It threw me all the way off. So you can't just let anybody. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But I just think that overall, I think Georgia's going to be more physical. I think now that we've had the opportunity to rest, being able to study both teams, and anytime you give Kirby this amount of time to prepare his team, it seemed like you run into a damn shift blade. Your ass getting cut up regardless of what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Because Kirby, he didn't have too much time. Also, with Gunner being his first true start, I don't think Notre Dame understands how we're gonna attack him. In my opinion, I think we're gonna attack down the field and try to push the ball down the field like we normally do. I think the only thing that'll be different is that we'll run more RPO and give Gunner more opportunities to tuck the ball. But just the threat of him tucking the ball, I think that's gonna give that half-second delay to the linebacker that you speaking so highly of, and it's gonna allow some holes to be created downfield for our running game. So
yeah, if we keep the game close in the fourth quarter, man, we have a chance. I think we just need to keep running, no matter if we can't run, to keep running. Lure them in, play action, let them big 300-pound linemen we got with them big fat linemen down y'all got, man, and let my man get on the outside and curtains, man.
Now, Lou, real quick, I got to do this the right way. I know this one right here. The brother I'm about to bring up, the brother, he argued all week, right? He said that first off, I believe he said Indiana was gonna put hands on y'all.
Well, that was dumb.
But he picked Boise State to put hands on Penn State. But it's my brother right here. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do it the right way. We're gonna give him the opening shout out, give him this time to speak his piece. Marky, welcome to the show, my brother. You said they're elitists, and when you say elitists, I'm going with my stuff and Lou up here. When we, as a Georgia fan, as a Notre Dame fan, the elitists, we're gonna get shut down by Boise State. Marky, what's your opening words tonight, my brother?
Firstly, Happy New Year to my brother Dub Brightside.
Happy New Year, my brother.
Mr. Respectfully, and the brother Rebuttal. Firstly, I would like to say that Indiana take, that is not me. I completely divorced myself from that. That is not mine. That is just firstly. When it comes to Boise State, that was some heartbreaking shit. That was really hard for me to swallow. They got beat to death. Bro. That was something bad. They got dominated. There's really nothing else to say other than that. Ashton Junty couldn't dominate. He couldn't do what he really wanted to do. He had 122 scrimmage yards, but nah, man, they died.
Hold on, real quick.
My favorite dog get hit by a truck.
You didn't have the Indiana. You didn't pick Indiana to beat Notre Dame.
No.
I believe you said that you was like it's gonna be one of these gonna be the upsets. I believe you said that you picked SMU and Indiana. I believe.
No, I didn't pick SMU. I said I said Boise State would have the easiest path because I didn't believe in Penn State or SMU.
gotta go back and check. I gotta go back. All right.
Yeah, if you watch Boise State, man.
You try to expose me, goddamn it.
No. Hey, if I'm wrong, God, I'll be the first one to tell you I apologize. I got it wrong. We go. If you go say something, we gonna qualify you to stand on it.
When it comes to the big programs and the little programs, man, it's all about the trenches. Boise State ain't got no trenches. I knew Penn State be choking, but I knew they was gonna put them paws on them, man.
See, and what I told you, when it came to Boise, they can't beat Penn, and the reason they can't beat them because they can't win in the damn trenches.
1,000.
And you told me, you said that Ashton, respectfully to him, you said this nigga was gonna run for 200 yards.
150. I said 150.
Whatever you said he was gonna be the difference maker. They couldn't win in the, I believe he actually had 100 yards. I believe he did. Some of the hardest 100 yards he'd have never had in his damn career. But boys that weren't able to move nothing out there. They got dominated.
Penn State's defensive line showed up. Boise State, they simply did not have the athletes up front. Ashton Judge, I mean, they did a great job tackling on him.
And that's what the game is. The game is won up front, man.
Penn State offensive line, man, they were averaging 7 yards a carry, man. They wasn't about to, man, they were just killing them.
Yep.
I'm more worried about Penn State than I am Notre Dame right now.
Well, you're gonna be worried about them tomorrow, champ.
Hey,
I don't believe in Drew Aller.
Does anybody?
No.
Nah, I think Rebuttal do.
Nah, I only believe in gold helmets, man. That's it.
There you go. If you ask me who I believe in more, it would be O'Reilly of Leonard.
Exactly.
But I think Ohio State is going to win everything. I think they're going to win it all.
Man, with the performance Ohio State put on tonight.
That's what I said about 10 minutes ago.
I was shocked by that performance, though. I was shocked.
That's what I just said. They beat Oregon like they stole something, man. They on a mission.
But then
I wasn't really shocked. I mean, they put $20 million into this roster. Like, they got 10 guys on defense that could have went to the NFL last year. So no, this is what they're supposed to be doing. They
lost to Michigan.
But that's Michigan. That's rivalry. That's juju.
You can't count it. You can't count it.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that shit again. Y'all think they do that against Georgia?
What?
First off, hold on. Do y'all think they do what they did against Oregon tonight? Do y'all think they do this against Texas?
Yeah.
Nah, they ain't gonna do it. They probably beat Texas, but they ain't gonna destroy them like they did. Oregon.
That's a close game in my opinion. I think that's a really close game.
Yeah, it is.
I'm picking Ohio State, but
thinking about it,
I'm picking Ohio.
Yeah, you're right. Texas does have athletes, and that defense was already stacked last year, and they already added more people.
And they got athletes at the right spot. They got athletes at cornerback position. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to beat Texas down the field. And so, like, man, and then they front seven is crazy. I don't think they linebackers go that crazy, but their defensive tackles going in the first and second round. You know what I'm saying? You got two guys going in the first and second round on the defensive line at the tackle position, not to mention what's coming off the edges, along with the linebackers. Texas recruit well. That's a tough defense that you want.
The problem is, man, they make mental mistakes, man. Their quarterback is not like that. He be throwing crazy stuff. They picking them off twice, man. They make too many mistakes, and I don't think Ohio State will make mental mistakes like Texas do.
Would you prefer Arch over Quinn Ewers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I probably would too.
He just make too many mental mistakes, man. He put, y'all can be blowing him out, but let him. He'll put the other team right back in the game by them intercepting the mental. He throwing balls that shouldn't be thrown, man. Triple coverage.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he
100%.
He threw some balls that should have been thrown today. God damn it! That was a great game.
Marky, man, let me ask you. I gotta ask you. Now that Boise is gone, Arizona, they gone. It seems we got the winner of, first off, who you picking? You picking Georgia or Notre Dame?
I am picking Notre Dame.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. Lou, I think Lou picking Notre Dame as well. I'm the only one picking Georgia. So now outside of that pick, that the winner of that game, they'll go on to play Penn. We'll talk about it in a second, but we know the games that we have coming up now. We have Ohio State versus Texas. Who do y'all have in that game?
I got Ohio State winning it all.
Lou got Ohio State winning it all.
As do I.
Well, I got the Dogs winning it all. The same way I done had the Dogs winning it all from the first day of the season. I think we could put hands on them. Notre Dame. We're gonna embarrass them. And and when I say embarrassment, I want to put it on record.
That's right. Put it on record. I want to hear it. Put it on record. We're
gonna win by 13 or more against Notre Dame.
If that's embarrassing, I thought it was about 20.
No. They'll get a late touchdown. They'll get a late touchdown when we got our second string in there. And then we'll go on to beat Penn State. I think we'll beat Penn State probably 34-21, something like that. And then we'll go ahead and I think that Ohio State beat Texas. So I think we end up playing Georgia versus Ohio State in the national championship game. And I think Georgia beat Ohio State by a field goal.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I see
exactly,
Ohio State also beating Texas and winning everything.
Well, Doug, let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate you coming on your platform. You're my little brother, man. Love you to death, man. Our teams play, we don't like the same thing. That's why I love you to death, man. And nothing. Boxing, nothing. That's what makes things so great, man. Just keep up the good work and doing what you're doing, man.
Hey, Lou, the greatest part is that we don't agree on anything. But at the end of the day, I still rock with you like you rock with me. You the big homie, and I appreciate you pulling up tonight, man.
All right. I might call you tomorrow before the game, man.
Man, we should do a lot tomorrow before the game. The game at 4.
I'll be at work.
That's right.
But we'll see, man. I'll hit you up and let you know.
All right, bet, bro.
All right, y'all be safe, man.
You too.
Peace.
Shout out to my brother Lou, man. One of the greats out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? Marky, I gotta ask now. I gotta ask you. Surprises so far in the college football playoffs. What's your biggest surprises so far?
The terror attack. That's really it.
We gonna get to the terror attack. We're gonna get to that. I'm talking about as far as the games go. As far as the games. You called more upsets. I believe you called more upsets than anybody I know.
Yeah, the only thing I've been surprised by is how one-sided everything has been. That's really it.
So the Power 5 schools are what they claim to be. We agree there.
Yeah. If that's what you want to say, yeah.
As far as what's been happening,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
In
Your opinion, yeah.
It ain't my opinion. I'm going off of what happened. What Power
Exactly.
5 school? What Power 5 school that got beat down like that? If it went by another Power 5 school,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with your opinion. Exactly.
then why you gonna say if that's what you want to say? What happened? I only said what happened. That's it. I
Because
only told the truth.
because you're saying what happened from your point of view.
I ain't mad at it.
I think you're getting a little too caught up in the details, though, bright side.
I'm still. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling by some of your early predictions. So I ain't gonna be too tough on you about the early predictions.
I believe in magic, though, bright side. That's the problem. I believe in the beauty of college football.
Ain't nothing magical. What magic? Ain't nothing happening.
It might happen next year. We almost had something happen today. Arizona State almost got Texas up out of there.
That was a good game. I thought Texas should have lost that game. I thought they should have lost that game.
The young freshman quarterback, Sam Levitt, he didn't make a mistake all day. He didn't take a sack all day.
Texas tried to get that game away, in my opinion.
Oh, wait, it's BBO in the comments. Hold on.
BBO in the comments.
He just tell you, I didn't even realize. Said my nigga Doug. Ohio State tell them dogs we got a collar for y'all clouds in Atlanta. We dropping 50 on y'all niggas. Ohio State just put the number one team to bed. Damn, BBO.
Hey BBO, like you always tell me, bro. Pull up, man. Pull up.
BBO talking this shit.
We'll entertain nonsense. We here for it.
Browns and the Bengals, they ain't shit. Ohio State is all he got. And not a bad team to got.
I can't say too much about it. Unless BBO pull up. Now, if BBO pull up, then he can get fried on all his points. But I don't think he's going to pull up. I don't think BBO want to smoke.
The Buckeyes got a collar for them Bulldogs.
He don't really want to smoke, though. That if he would have said some crazy shit, Mark, I would have hit the link immediately.
Wow, you see the racism?
Sugar cane fields. We out of order, man. Hey man, the link posted at the top, BBO. I always post at the top from the beginning, bro. Nigga said drop the link, man. Like the link ain't.
Man, nobody's worried about no fucking Buckeyes. Pay for all that goddamn talent, and y'all still gonna lose.
Hey, shout out to Clarence McLean, man. Shout out to Clarence McLean. The No Duck Zone podcast, man. Don't go over there ducking smoke, man. If you gonna pull up, pull up. Hold on, BBO. Nigga gonna call me a duck when the link is pinned. Market, was the link pinned for you?
I mean, yeah, that's how I got in.
Niggas don't see the link no more. It's posted now, bro. It's posted. Replace pin link. I reposted it and replaced the pin link for a nigga like BBO, man. Shout out to BBO. All I'm saying is it seems like it's very obvious of what's going on. They're trying to shit Georgia, man. We got niggas out here with terrorist attack. So Georgia can't go and put hands on the individual that need hands put on. Notre Dame. BBO hit the link, man. Stop the bullshit, man.
I mean, I don't know. That was a maniacal individual.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. And then after that, you seen they had the Tesla truck that blew up in front of Trump Towers in goddamn Vegas.
Damn.
It's some shit. It's some shit in the wind, man. It's some shit in the wind. That's it.
I mean, did you hear about Iran? They sent 2 people over here, and they said one dude was supposed to walk up and get Trump. I don't know how that was supposed to work, but yeah.
Hold on.
Shit is rising.
All right, so I got to do this the right way, man. I got to do this the right way, and I don't know how it don't always happen expected like you expect it to happen, but and we got one of the craziest individuals that I know. Oh damn, he gone now. We had one. He gone. He ain't behind the scenes no more. We were about to bring him up. We were gonna introduce him the right way, but he got the hell on. I don't know him, man, Marky. I don't know, man. It's interesting to me. We still had this drone situation going on, and motherfuckers still saying they don't know what's going on with these damn drones.
What drones?
But you ain't heard the drone, nigga. The drones that are floating over New Jersey, they're multiple areas of the country.
I mean, remember UFO sightings over New Jersey since going all the way back to the 40s.
No, this different. These drones that been here, you got government officials speaking on these damn drones.
I don't know. Let me see. Drones?
You ain't seen it. We got to pull it up. Hold on real quick. Let's try this one more time. We got one of the most diabolical individuals, an individual who knows what he might tell you on YouTube, but behind the scenes, real motherfucker, man. A true individual, a nigga that I got a lot of respect for, a lot of love for. He crazier than a motherfucker. But at the end of the day, always welcome over here. We got my brother BVO on the panel, man. BVO, welcome to the show, my brother.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. Usually you don't have blacks. I appreciate you, man.
Nah, I love the opinion of blacks, man. I love the black opinion, especially since, according to you, you representing the black. You representing the blacks tonight?
FDA in the house, baby.
You said who?
FDA, foundation. What is it? Foundational blacks.
Oh, FDA.
Yep.
All right, you a foundational black. Shout out to the foundational blacks. I might be one. I don't know. I don't claim nothing. BVO, man, give me your opening statement. You heard me and Marky talking crazy about your Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm sure you're going to come up here and say they're going to win it all. But I will say they had a stellar performance tonight against Oregon. Give me your opening statement, BVO.
I'll just say that the one thing that showed is that $20 million offense came through finally. I don't understand why we've been so inconsistent, but shout out to Ryan Day for putting up a great game plan. And I only seen the only team I think could give us a hard time is them Bulldogs, but I think we got a collar for them boys. So we probably beat y'all by 30, probably 35. That's what I would say. Probably about 30, 35, because we got the best receiver in the world. And, all out best offense in college football. So I don't see y'all have a chance against us, man. I don't think y'all got a chance.
Incredible. If you don't mind me asking, how did y'all lose against Michigan earlier this year?
It was a trap game. It happens. Niggas got pepper sprayed and all that. It was a trap game.
The pepper spray happened after the game. I'm talking about during the game, before the game. How did y'all lose?
I don't know. Niggas got pepper sprayed. I couldn't tell you what happened.
You didn't watch the game?
No, I seen the game. I'm just saying we got pepper sprayed.
Well, we're not asking about the pepper spray.
Niggas got pepper sprayed because niggas was mad. I mean, they were trying to plant a flag and take a picture.
But we're not talking about the pepper spray. We're talking
losing ass niggas. If you
we're talking about what happened on the field. We're not talking about the pepper spray, anything like that. We're talking about what happened on the field.
You talking about where they started a brawl in the middle of
Columbus? No. Not the brawl, none of that. I'm talking about before the game was over, before the clocks hit 00, from the 15-minute mark in the first quarter to the last second in the fourth quarter.
They turned
Nothing
the ball
outside
over
of
in the red zone
nothing.
four
Hold on, real quick. Nothing outside of that. What happened in between that time for y'all to lose the way that y'all lost that game?
We just had a real bad game, real bad performance. It happens to championship teams all the time.
Amazing.
They turned the ball over 4 times in the red zone in the second half, the right side.
You can't score 15 points and beat Michigan. I don't care if they rebuild it or not.
Y'all haven't beat Michigan in 4 years.
Well, it's hard to beat Jim Harbaugh. He pay for players, man. We don't pay
Jim
for players.
Harbaugh ain't even the coach over there.
I'm just saying, them are still his players.
Amazing. All right.
He was a hell of a recruiter, man.
I ain't mad at you.
Now, you know how y'all Georgia
roster.
If that's what you're gonna go with, I will tell you, I think it's disingenuous, but hey, I think the majority of Ohio State fans are disingenuous. So it is what it is. I have no problem with it.
And they hate their quarterbacks. They don't ever realize that their quarterbacks are actually good.
BVO, you like your quarterback?
No. They all hate Will Howard for some reason. They ran Kyle McCord out of town. He didn't even have that bad of a season last year.
Well, we're here to win, Mark. That's the thing. You know, your team. You don't got a team out there in the islands.
He did better. You could argue he did better than motherfucking Will Howard this year.
Will Howard dropping down
today. The only game Kyle McCord lost last year was to Michigan. Will Howard lost to goddamn Michigan and motherfucking Oregon.
Well, Oregon, that was a 1-point game?
Yeah, and he choked.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, I don't like this new college football system, but I do think you'll see who's the best team in the world. I mean, the best team in college football going forward with this kind of
What don't you like about the system?
Probably a BCS fanatic.
BVO, are you there? Is you there?
You hear me?
Are you there, BVO?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. What don't you like? What don't you like about the current college football playoff system?
I more or less prefer the BCS because I don't think the kids have to play all these games, man. It's not fair. The goal is to make the NFL, not to play college football professionally.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You know, this ain't bum ass basketball, man. This is a man's sport. I know you used to that bum ass basketball, but here, this is where the dogs are in football, man. All the real dogs play football. And I just don't think it's fair to have to play all these games, man, to make it to the NFL. That's not right.
But they're getting paid to play now.
Yeah.
What if I get hurt, Doug? That's the thing.
Well, you do it. I don't know if you've seen what individual like Deion Sanders did for Travis Hunter and Shador. If you're worth anything, then these people, they go out and they'll put multi-million-dollar insurance forms on you to make sure that you get paid accordingly if you do get hurt.
Yeah, that's true. But you can end up like Marshawn Lattimore, where you never be what you could have been in the NFL because of that. But I get what you're saying. But let me ask you this.
Hold on, real quick. Marshawn Lattimore, respectfully to him, and I'm a fan of Marshawn Lattimore. I want him to come to Georgia, even though I know he went to South Carolina and then ended up transferring to the West USC. And that crazy, he went from USC to USC. Anyway, that's a whole another story. The thing is, even with him, the injury that he suffered early in his career that happened at South Carolina, he was able to get taken care of over at the University of Southern Cal, is where I believe the knee surgery actually happened for him. And then was still able to go play there and get drafted. So I don't know what you mean.
I just think really what they doing with the new playoff system, it's just really turning into a secondary pro league. It's pretty much like the minor leagues now.
I mean, what's wrong with that? Like the system that they had in place before that was legalized slavery. Like, think about that. There was literally a case where it was the hottest day of the year in Phoenix, Arizona, and a young man accepted a cup of water from a Nike representative, and he lost his scholarship. Yeah, you got motherfucking t-shirt vendors selling selling these players' names with their likeness on it, making $60,000 a day. Like, that's wrong. There's something morally wrong with that.
But it goes past just that piece of it. And I understand where you're coming from, BVO, and I understand where Marky is coming from. But the thing is even now with the way that the top level guys at the college football level are being compensated, if you compare that to any level, whether it's AAA, AA, single A, any level of the farm system in baseball, they're not getting compensated nearly the way that these college football, and they shouldn't be, because the eyes aren't on those lower levels, if that makes sense. But the eyes are on college football. So I think it goes into the market that you're in and the value as far as eyes that you bring to the table. And I don't think anybody can argue, whether it's college football, college basketball, that these aren't very valuable and productive, financially productive leagues. So they should get compensated. They should get compensated accordingly.
Absolutely. Now, I do think that there should be some type of I know right now it's the wild west. There's no commissions in place. There, everybody's too scared, or well, excuse me, the NCAA, they're too scared to really legislate or try to lay down the law on anything, because they're scared to get sued. So they need to get some type of what's the word? Immunity from Congress.
But the thing is,
that or make Nick Saban the commissioner. That or all the conferences come together and make Nick Saban a commissioner.
That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. I think that when you talk about college football, it's always been a little bit of a dirty game. But now you're talking about where you're getting the kids getting older and older, where you got guys of 6 or 7 year red shirt freshmen. They talking about now where they passed it to where your 2 years in JUCO don't count. So that means you'll have a 22, 23-year-old kid, 23-year-old man coming to playing against 18-year-olds. You know what I mean? I just think it's kind of changed the whole dynamic of.
But we agree, the whole dynamic of the sport has been changed. Yes. At the same time, people should be they should be compensated accordingly for being a part of this sport that's making the amount of money that it's making. But thirdly, this is where I think, like Marky was saying, whether we have a commission, whether we have a commissioner, whatever it is, you can't just have folks. And my thing would be this. All right, when you coming out, if you get a good NIL deal, that's all good and well. And while you there at that school to build that NIL deal, if you continuously get better and that NIL deal grows, I ain't got no problem with it. You can't transfer for a better NIL deal. And the reason you can't is because they should go back to when you transfer, you got to sit a year out. So now, when you transfer, you're not getting, if you're truly transferring, then you're not transferring on the fact of I'm going to get more money. you're transferring on the fact that I have a better opportunity to play here. And then after, when you're eligible again to play, then you're eligible for your NIL deal. But it should go back to that same, like it used to be. If you're transferring D1 to D1, well, you have to sit out a year. If you're transferring D1 to JUCO, you can play immediately. If you're transferring D1 to D2, you can play immediately. If you're transferring D2 to D1, you can play immediately. You know, as long as you're not transferring to the same level that you're already playing at, then you should be able to play immediately and recruit whatever NIL deals you can get. But if you're transferring to the same level for a bigger payday, NIL wise, you need to be forced to sit out a year.
Well, let me say this. I want to give a big shout out to the darkest man in the tri-state area, BC. Congratulations on winning that award, King. You know, they even checked you for makeup. You were so dark.
Shout out to my brother BC, man. Shout out, hey, real quick, shout out to the boxing kangaroo Carl as well, man. Much love and respect.
But I'll say this, man. I think what's happening is it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's just like for people our age, you know, me and Dub's age, who got a lot of opportunities that our parents and grandparents didn't get. We getting these younger kids like around Marky and Younger's age getting some huge opportunities that we never got. So in a way, it looked like, you know, things are kind of restoring themselves, because that's good news, man, for some young kids, man, to get some millions and play the game that they love. I just think it just changes how you view college football and how you view the NFL in general, because it's finally the truth is out.
But
BVO, this is the thing, I didn't cut you off.
If I could just say one thing, Dub.
Go ahead.
Like I said, I think the only way this is gonna come together is if you get all the conferences to sit down, but then you're gonna have to get somebody to represent the players' side of this. I don't know if I think you're gonna be able to organize them on a conference level. I wonder if Deion Sanders is going to be able to, would be somebody that would speak for them, or who would be that guy that they choose as their chair or their representative. I think all of that is interesting. But yeah, college football is becoming a pro league. So
yeah, no,
you gotta accept it, BBO.
Well, this is the thing. So when you speak on them moving into being unionized and that type of thing, there's a huge issue with that. The biggest issue with them moving into something that would be unionized is that those individuals that's getting paid the most, when they fall into that union, right, their dues are gonna be larger than everybody else's. And more or less, they're going to be paying for everybody else who joined that union. And what you're going to have is that you're going to have a lot of individuals that aren't nearly on the level of, and I'm just naming names, so don't quote me on it, but the Travis Hunters and the Shadors and the Carson Becks and the brother who just went to Michigan instead of going to LSU for $10 million. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be the ones footing the bill for everybody else in college football who joins this union, and they're not going to end up joining this shit. So what you're going to have is your big names stand out of the quote unquote politics of it, and the smaller individuals joining it, and it's gonna create a whole nother level of chaos, in my opinion.
Well, I don't think they're gonna have any choice but to join, because if it's a union and you as a player, you just one player, like if you make the decision you don't want to be a part of our union, I would think this union would encompass all of the FBS. So where would you have to go?
But so this is the problem. This is the problem. The union, and I know this because I've represented I had a team, multiple teams that were a part of unions, and even within my team, I had individuals who didn't want to join the union. Right. The only thing the union, so first things first, the union can't stop these people from participating in the sport. So there's nothing they can do to stop the top level guys who get in the highest level contracts or NIL money. They can't stop them from participating in the sport. That's the first thing. The second thing is you need those people on your side. And the reason you need those people is because if they continue to participate, then everything that you're doing is for folks that, hey, the average individual, as far as coaching goes, is going to say we can replace them. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, pretty much.
It has to be some level of understanding and agreement there, because you need those big names on your side for your union really to hold any type of grip ground or to have any type of notoriety. If you don't have that, then you're just gonna have individual from upper management come and say, well, we got the best guys, so now we need to fill out around the best guys. How can we fill out around them? But all right, that's all I had for them.
In the meantime, in between time, those young men are gonna get paid. God bless them.
I ain't got no problem with it. But
as usual, Dub gave us a word salad and said absolutely nothing. So salute to my man Dub. He been at home reading. Salute to you, man. I'll just say this, man. It's good for the sport, but you gotta have checks and balances or it gets out of control. But the funny thing is, you are seeing.
Did this nigga just get on my show and say that I gave a word salad and didn't say nothing? Did he just say that?
Can you hear me?
It's his opinion.
Can you hear?
Did he just say that, Marky?
It's his opinion. He's entitled to it, unless you're a tyrant.
I might be tonight. I might be a tyrant tonight.
Oh God.
Can I be? Nah, I'm just joking. Go ahead, BBO. You go ahead. We can hear you.
I'll just say, shout out to Dub, because he just gave you, that's what he do. What a lot of cats do, man. He just gave you a bunch of nothing, empty promises. He should be a politician. At the end of the day, this is good for college football.
What did I promise?
Oh, hold on, Dub. I know you don't.
No. You said I gave an empty promise. What did I promise?
Hey, I know you're against blacks, Dub.
Just answer the question.
Can I speak, Dub?
if you answer the question, you got it. You got it. Just answer the question.
Oh, I say this. Shout out to Dub. That's my guy.
Hold on, no. Answer the question.
I'm trying to answer. You keep interrupting me.
No, the question. What was the question?
You said you was asking, what do I think about the landscape of college football?
No, that wasn't the question.
Oh, what was the question then?
All right, BB, go ahead. Give me your last words, man.
I'll just say this, man. Salute to Dub, man. Again, like I said, gave us a beautiful word salad. Again, no cigar. But I'll just say this. In college sports, what you got is a good thing. You're seeing guys get developed more. Shador Sanders really wouldn't be the quarterback he is today without being in college all 4 years. So you can say developmental wise, these guys are getting better. Look at Bo Nix with the Broncos. Look at Jalen with the Redskins. These guys are coming out better.
Jalen Hurts is with the Eagles.
Say it again. Jaden Daniels.
Jaden
Daniels.
No, you said Jalen.
I meant to say Jaden. Sorry, dang, Dub. I know.
No, we on your helmet now.
Oh.
so hold on, real quick. Just because BB, you said the nonsense that you done said. And
so now I can't speak.
No. I
let me go back on mute. I'm sorry. Let me go back on mute.
Well, I'm glad you're showing respect for the show.
It's because you're a black man, BBO.
Hey, we gotta attack the black man over here. Go to BBO. BBO, I gotta ask you this. I think it's the first time I done had you on since the election that happened. we see Trump is going back into office. I believe that you told me that I'm probably wrong about picking Trump, but at the same time, you can understand why. We got to get your thoughts on politics, man. What's your thoughts on Trump going back into office?
I don't feel any way about it. At the end of the day, I'm middle to upper middle class. I mean, it's not gonna mean nothing for me. So all the belly aching and talking means nothing. I just want to see some results. It don't matter who it is because, I'm a man of faith and I believe we meant to pray for our leaders. So whether it's Trump or whether it's the cricket from Pinocchio, I'm praying for him. I'm praying for his family. I'm praying for.
I don't know. Was that me? Did he break up?
You didn't hear him? I heard him.
But Dub don't want me to talk. You want me to finish or no, Dub?
No, you said you praying for it, and then I didn't hear nothing you said after praying for it.
No, I said, when it comes to Trump, I'm praying for him. I'm praying for his family, and I'm praying that he's successful. At the end of the day, in my Bible, we told to pray for our leaders. So I'm praying for him, man. I want to give Trump a big shout out. If I have a Mississippi State, they're gonna be there to bring him into the White House, their marching band, and that's huge for me. We all know about the black marching bands, and to have one of the legendary groups like Mississippi State come in there, that means the world. So I appreciate the president, and like I said, I'm praying for him, man. That's all I can say.
I ain't mad at it. BB up real quick. I heard a lot of individuals on the left criticize Mississippi State marching band. Correct me if I'm wrong. What break that? Say the name of that school one more time for me.
Mississippi State.
Oh, I think it was Mississippi State something.
No, it's Mississippi State.
Okay. So I heard a lot of people criticize them for going and accepting the invitation. Do you think they should have accepted it? Do you think they should go out and to perform? What's your thoughts on that?
We're talking about performing for the president. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to honor like that? Like I said, we got to kind of get past the minor things. At the end of the day, for the next 4 years, we got the orange man. So there's nothing to do. America got just what it wanted, and there's nothing we can say. All we can do is support him, man, at this point. I'm not one of those guys who gonna do all that belly aching. I mean, I'll see him in 4 years, and he's 78, oldest man to ever be brought into office. We'll see how long he lives or whatever, because you want to guarantee 70 years. So we'll see how long he lives, man. It's just that simple. I'm a little different. I don't really have any animosity towards Trump. I think for any coons who say something bad about that, you a clown. Why wouldn't you want a black school to get that opportunity? That's clowns talk. I love the fact that Trump thought about Mississippi State. He could have had anybody in the world. He said Mississippi State. So shout out to Mississippi State and anybody who said it. If you're hearing this, Dub Right Side says you're a jigaboo. So
yeah.
I didn't say that. I ain't saying that about nobody. Hey, everybody got the right to their opinion. They probably I ain't got no problem. You could, matter of fact, I invite disagreement. Marky, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think nobody really cares. The hatred or the vitriol towards Trump that I saw in 2020 or 2016, it has completely subsided. It is nowhere near the level it was. Donald Trump had a rally in Madison Square Garden, and there was almost no protest outside. If this was 2020 or 2016, there would have been easily 1 million people on the streets screaming and crying blood. So, yeah, I don't really get all the chagrin. He's the president. The people picked him. He won the popular vote, something that they used to delegitimize him for a long time. Yeah, he's the people's president. So I don't really get the big deal.
And I want to thank the bourgeois Negro himself, Mr. Obama. for helping disrespect black men and make us more
Yep.
disenchanted with the process. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir.
Hey, real quick, BBO, can I ask, and if you wouldn't mind, a lot of people may not know what the bourgeoisie is. When you say the bourgeoisie President Obama, what do you mean by that? I believe I know what you mean, but for the people who don't.
For me, I mean those people who tend to, and a lot of us experience this as blacks who are coming up. It's those blacks a little bit older than us who kind of feel like because their kids didn't do certain things that they got a right to look down on us because they feel like we don't belong. I've never seen a name brand politician like Obama who really has the kind of love and cachet to do so much good. He's always late to the party. I don't know if he's too busy doing movies or what the case may be. But I think just what he did, with Kamala was bad. I mean, let's call it what it is, man. The whole process of continuing to prosecute Trump and all these frivolous lawsuits, like he the first guy to buy a piece of tail. I mean, ask Marky Dan, he probably tell all the time. That's not no big deal. I mean, you gonna prosecute him for it? I mean, it's just that's what made all the love for Trump come back, because a lot of the stuff he was going through was unfair. So, I hope America gets exactly what it wanted, and it's just that's how I feel about it. I mean, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say. All I can say is that I'm supporting him and we moving forward. You know what I mean? That's all we can do.
It seemed. Go ahead, Marky, real quick. Oh, okay. It seemed like the scholar, BVO, he had some smoke with you. I don't know if you want to address it, but it seemed like he and BVO. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think my brother Marky knows as well. Y'all know I've been rocking with Trump for a minute. We ain't always agreed on the topic, have we?
Not at all.
But we ain't have to agree, but we can still have a conversation, could we not?
Absolutely.
Would you say, and last question, then we got you, Mark. I'm coming to you next. Would you say that we a panel? This is according to my brother, the scholar. This is according to my brother, the scholar.
Obama disappointed me.
Hold on, real quick, Marky. Hold on, I got you, Marky. I got you. The scholar said, "Is this an open panel or a MAGA center?"
Well, you always got the bourgeois need.
I don't know if Dub and BVO can hear me.
I can hear you.
We can hear you. Go ahead. Hey, Scholar, hit the link. Hit the link, Scholar. You know you welcome. Man, Marky got to get his shit together. He got the damn the mid what it is, the Bahamian shit going on. Respectfully,
I think the thing that we got to do though, Dub, especially as brothers, man, we got to be able to speak to each other and not be disrespectful. We got to speak to each other with some love and care. And like I know, it's plenty of things that we don't agree on, especially on the Trump issue. But the fact is, you my brother. What is me disrespecting my brother gonna do? You know what I mean?
I don't think we ever had to disrespect each other to have a conversation. But real quick, I believe I got my brother in the back, man. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I got my brother the scholar in the back. The scholar, when he get up this motherfucker, Mr. Polymath, he not pulling no damn punches. He gonna shoot it straight from the goddamn the chin. You know what I'm saying? So, Scholar, welcome to the panel, my brother. Give me your opening statements. Is that you?
That's me.
All right, that's what I thought. Go ahead, Scholar. Give me your opening statements.
First off, Asiatic black man, you got any pound cakes to sell today, brother?
Oh Lord, he done came with Asiatic black man.
hey, salute to my man, the FDA, Mr. FDA. Salute, man.
Man, we're leaving that in 2024. Foundationally Black Americans.
Okay.
So that's what I want to say.
So we got the Asiatic versus the foundational blacks?
Nah. Nah, ain't no verses. It's just foundational blacks, man. They ain't get no. They give you the title with no menu, man. So I'm gonna wait till they get the menu and the manual together, and then I might join back with the FBAs.
I was just gonna say we might all be the same, the Asiatic and the foundational blacks. Maybe the same people. I don't know. I'm just saying they may be.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. But what I was gonna say is, damn man, what is this MAGA? What is this? The MAGA panel? I turned in. All I heard was we won the popular vote. God damn, man. I got the sense that Republicans are sore winners. And the reason I say that is because now the work is to be done. Like when Barack Obama won, I remember black people lining up crying and shit and doing all this stuff. When Barack Obama won, it was like, okay, it's time to go to work. We was on the verge of a recession. All the voting and all that stuff has been done. It's time to go to work.
But this is the same thing that I've been preaching that we need to be doing with Trump. Absolutely. The government need to go to work. The second thing is we need to be holding him accountable for the things that he's saying. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I apologize. Y'all know I stopped myself in the middle just to do things the right way. And we got one of the greats, man. An individual I don't agree with all the time, but I know he's going to come in here. He's going to bring good political talk. He's going to be logical with his reasoning on it. Now, I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him very respectfully to be in order. Because if you're out of order, I'm going to tell you out of order. But at the end of the day, this is my big homie. You know what I'm saying? An individual I got a lot of love for. Don't always agree with him, but love him to death. We got Troy Graham in the building, man. We got Troy Graham in the building. Troy, welcome to the panel, man. Give me your opening statements. I figure you didn't kind of listen to what we're talking about a little bit. And give me your opening statements, brother. You're on mute.
Hey, Troy like that dude that tried to steal my grandma's car, man.
Stop the cap, BBL. Go ahead, Troy. Give us your opening statements.
I just want to wish everyone Happy New Year, man. I'll sit back listening.
Happy New Year to you too as well.
Yeah, man. I know Scholar got something to say, so I'm gonna listen to what everyone says before I give my piece on it. All right.
I ain't mad at it. And I believe we kind of transferring now from, we were talking college football a second ago. We're moving from college football to politics. Overall, that's what it seems like. So I'll go ahead and lead the way with the conversation overall. Just going into a little bit of what BVO / the scholar was saying. I don't think it comes down to necessarily just being against the individual or anything like that. I think it comes more down to what the policies are. And at this current moment in time, what we're starting to see, correct me if I'm wrong, is that a lot of the left-wing politics have started to collide with each other. They start to collide more than anything else. And it seems to be very dysfunctional on that side. And even with individuals like a Chink Uger or individual who done been left-wing, extreme left-wing for the longest, Democrats are starting to throw them out there down, starting to say, no, we can't even mess with them. So where's the balance in the Democrat Party right now? Where's the balance at? We're bringing Troy back right now. We're going to let Scholar go ahead, and then Troy, you go after Scholar, then BVO, it's on you.
I think that this is my personal opinion, because last time you said, man, well, you basically MAGA. I don't like accepting either party because you got to accept all the baggage, but I lean more Democratic, and I lean more Democratic because I believe in the social safety net. I believe in the stronger middle class, which is what they used to be during the time of JFK. They used to be all about the middle class. So I lean more that way, but I do have conservative views on certain issues. You know what I mean? Like, common sense, defense. I'm with conservatives on that. Unless they doing all them private contractors and all that funneling of the money, that's some bullshit. But I lean conservative on some issues. But conservatives have always, since the beginning of their parties, beat the Democrats' ass. They know how to market it, their product. They got Coke and the Democrats is Pepsi. So when they was racist at first, You know what I mean? They realized that, hey, you know, we should include everybody. So then that's when they started opening the doors a little bit and being a little bit more lax to racism back in the day. And then they were like, you know what? Let's switch to the Southern strategy. They're always 2 steps ahead. And this MAGA movement that's gone, because I remember a dude pulling to my panel crying about how Trumpson inspired him, how MAGAs are moving, and how he bought gear. It's no different. It's just they know how to market and brand the shit that they're selling better. And I think they're gonna always kick the Democrats' ass until Democrats fight. Because if it was me personally, if I was Joe Biden, I would have held the election when Donald Trump was winning. I did all the same things that Donald Trump tried to do whenever he was president. I would have stopped the votings. I would have stopped the machines. I would have did all the stuff because now I got immunity because of Donald Trump. I would have played. You cannot play by the rules for people who showed that they're willing to do whatever the fuck it takes. That's why Republicans will always beat Democrats.
Incredible. I ain't mad at it. I'm gonna respond to that in a second. Troy, I'm gonna let you get your bars off though. Go ahead, my brother.
Honestly, I don't subscribe to any political party, but I will never subscribe to a party that has Trump in it and MAGA. And my main reason for that is because I remember the Central Park 5. I grew up in New York, and around that time I was their age. So, you know, that actually could have been me. That could have been me and my friends getting locked up, right? Spending all that time in jail for something they didn't do.
And you talking about the Central Park? You talking about the Central Park 5?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I lived right in the Bronx at that time, and he took out that article, and I read it, and I just have no respect for the man. I mean, because his party is supposed to be the party of family values. So, does he represent family values? No. Then he talks about, you know, fixing the economy. He filed bankruptcy how many times? How is he gonna fix the economy? And what's his plan? Does anybody know what his plan is? Because he said I can tell you his plan, but we'll get to that in a second. Mm-hmm. No, but I was saying that he claimed he could do everything for these people that voted for him. Lower gas, lower inflation. Inflation never goes down, first of all. Lower inflation, do this, do that. He said, oh yeah, I can do that with no problem. Then as soon as he wins, he comes out and says, well, I don't know if I could do it. And then MAGA and Trump always pushed you know, you should buy American. Everything's America first.
I got you, T. Hill.
Yeah, you know, then his buddy Elon Musk comes in and says, I want to hire a bunch of foreign workers to come in because all these Americans are stupid, and Trump agrees with him. How does that represent, you know, putting your country first?
Well, real quick, we're gonna get to those answers, but before I do, as always, as I would do any of y'all, I gotta make sure I bring my family in the right way. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how I like to do. We got a brilliant brother here, crazier than a motherfucker. Gonna talk, and he gonna call you Mickey Freaky. He gonna talk about some shit that may not have nothing to do with nothing. Sometimes they're just sometimes, not all the time, The majority of the time, my brother is on point. But and it wouldn't be if I don't talk bad about you. I really don't like you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But man, we got one of the greats in the building, man. My brother Thomas Hill is in the building. Thomas, man, welcome to the panel. Give me your opening statements, and then we gonna respond. And man, we got all type of things flying around here, man. Thomas, welcome to the panel.
Man, welcome to the channel. That's what I'm talking about. That's how I feel like I'm welcome, bro. Shout out to the great brother, right side, Dub, to the right side. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the 4th grade champion.
Math champion.
Yeah, math.
It's math now. It's math.
Yeah, I was about to say math and all these things, man. You know, shout out to him. Shout out to Mr. Polymath, the Troy Graham Experience, and my main man, Mr. Ohio, BBO TV. Hey, Happy New Year to everybody.
Don't forget the boxing scholar in here now. We got the scholar in here.
I didn't see. Is that Mr. Polymath?
Polymath is the scholar.
Okay, well, boxing scholar.
Peace and blessings, bro.
Yeah, you already know, bro. You know.
We gotta put respect. We gotta put respect on that brother name. Respect.
Yeah,
we
they
gotta
call
put
him Brother
respect on his name.
Baines. That's Brother Baines.
Oh, he's saying you a 2-bit hustler, bro? See this brother over to the left, man. I swear to God, dog.
And look,
Brand new year, and he over here doing the whole new game. He's still playing the old trick.
We just putting respect on everybody's name, man. That's all we doing. We putting respect on the individual because he's a wise individual. So,
for sure.
We're putting respect on their name. So, if you don't know who they are, I'm gonna tell you who they is. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen,
salute to Gregory Pratt, my man. That's the right hand man. If ever you need somebody right out on your side, dog, he the guy you got to go talk to, man. That's Gregory Pratt right there.
I'm gonna have to break down what Troy and Scholar said a second ago. I'm gonna have to break that down. Before we get into it, I gotta ask you. First things first. Any reaction to the college football playoffs? Notre Dame not being able to play Georgia because of the quote unquote terrorist attack that happened. And on Bourbon Street, and then anything Trump wise that you want to talk about, and then I'm gonna put you back on topic. But I got to get your opening words from the beginning.
Well, from the beginning, man. If we're talking about that massacre that happened over there in Louisiana, man, that's a bad thing.
It's horrible.
I don't understand what would make or compel somebody to hop up in cars, see a bunch of people and start to take aim on them, man. We not playing Crazy Taxi. We not playing Twisted Metal. We not playing none of that. No games, bro. This is real life, man. And we got people out there feeling like to start off the brand new year, we're going to do something like that. Unfortunately, that took place and transpired for the people who are families for these victims and the people who lost their lives and to the people who got hurt. And also, it's a sad day for the people who had everything on the line to put it on the line on the field and could not play. But that's a small distant second to,
the loss of life, loss of love.
Unfortunately, we live in a place where people, and that's another problem with these phones, man, because these phones can make things go viral. People do things to go viral. Even if they're on the wrong scale of it, they still will do anything to go viral, man. And unfortunately, we'll see it because people will say, oh, I can put this up here and, people will blow this thing up. And unfortunately, we become desensitized to like life and to like pain and to suffering, and we market and capitalize on all of it because we're in a capitalist society. So I feel bad for those people that got hurt. I feel bad for the people who lost loved ones, and unfortunately for the victims that actually lost their life just to have celebration for a brand new year. Nobody went to bed waking up to go to a function thinking that was going to be their last day. Unfortunately, like that, it's like that every day for every person, but not like that. So yeah, that's a total travesty. I mean, unfortunately, I wish there was a way to make. I mean, I don't even want to say that, man, but at some point in time, there's got to be a way to make people pay to the point where they understand that doing stuff like that has a detriment to you and your family as well, because you're taking family members from somebody else. You're taking light out the world, bro. And that's that nobody has that power or should wield that power.
Agree 100%. And man, just from the views of this channel, RIP to everybody who was involved in that situation. Man, nothing but blessings and respect and love and condolences to the families that had individual taken from them from an individual acting the damn fool. It's never condoned over here. Never condoned. So
for sure. It shouldn't be condoned in any walk of life, in any platform or any area. I mean, in all walks of life, people should understand that all life is precious, and they understand it on a small scale, bro. So like the thing that really gets me is how, say somebody had dogs in the street, they had a dog parade, and somebody hopped up in the car and ran over them, man, they would have a field day with people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's dogs, and we're doing dogs that way. But when we actually do people like that on a regular basis,
it ain't the
it's like
same,
what
same energy.
No, not at all. So, we need to get to the point where we value each other, esteem each other better than we do. And really truly better than ourselves.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hit a dog in a heartbeat. I don't give a damn about no stinking ass dog. I'm just keep it real. Listen, I don't know if y'all superstitious or what, but black people kind of have a natural fear of dogs because they used to use them to hunt us down back in the day.
Scholar, look, true story. My cousin had a dog named Bumper, right? They called the dog Bumper because my cousin, they lived on the back roads and shit, dirt roads, all dirt roads. When you go on the road bird to visit, you going, hey, don't take no good shoes with you. Man, me and my cousin, we riding our bikes. Damn Bumper pulled out in front of my ass. I slammed on brakes, flipped my damn bike, fucked my knee up. Get what they told me. You should have hit his ass. And I'm like, you can't hit the dog. They were like, shit, we hit his ass all the time with the car. I said, God.
Hey, you want to hear something funny though? One day my daddy, because us not. If you are a black man and your daddy was going during the 90s, like doing this thing, you probably got hearing problems, whether you know it or not, because they had that system up loud. We babies, they in there booming like a motherfucker, baby seat rattling and everything, right? Yeah. Dad going down the street, white dude, dog run out in the street. Dad, boop, run his ass over. Dude, dad get out the car and do like, hey bro, what the fuck, dude? Just hit my fucking dog. He looked at us and said, you want to lay next to him? White man just shut up. He got in the car and just drove off.
Got the hell on. Niggas. See how nigga be acting? Nigga be out of control. Shout out to Angie Baby, man. Shout out to Angie Baby. So hold on. Going back though. We going back to the topic of conversation. Talking about Trump right now. You know what I'm saying? BVO just dropped off. I see BVO in the background. BVO, let me know when you're trying to come back up. We'll bring you back up. But the way Trump moving right now, it seemed like at least two of y'all, at least two, maybe three. Y'all got a problem with how Trump moving right now. I want to ask, what's the problem with how Trump moving right now? How he currently moving? What and mind y'all, I want y'all to understand, Scott, I think me and you had this conversation. We gonna be watchdogs over here. I support Trump. I support Trump, but at the same time,
BBO said bring him back.
Oh, he said bring him back?
Yeah, that's what BBO said. He in the back.
All right, here we go. We're gonna see what happens. Let's see what I can't bring you back, bro.
BBO, okay. What you got going on over there, man?
He switched users. I got it now.
I told you, I think I ain't gonna lie. I think BBO has something to do with that car. You know he always saying somebody stole his grandma's car. I think that's the car that they used for that situation that happened today, that terrorist attack.
He stole the damn car. He would have won. He would have won in control of the damn car.
Well, of course, you're listening to a guy like Scholar who stole tiles off people's house. Well, you can't listen to him. But I think the thing that's so crazy about this whole election thing that we missing is whether we agree or we don't. You got to support who's in there.
Hold, BBO. Hold up. Wait a minute. I want to make sure this the right one. Ohio, put your camera on, Jay, real quick. I believe it's the right one. Jay, real quick. All right, you good, brother. I got shout out to my brother, man. Ohio Runs Boxing is in the building, and if y'all don't know, now you know. One of the ways I started rocking with this great brother right here is through another one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him in a minute, but Ohio Run Boxing is in the building. We got to bring them on the right way as always. Ohio, man, welcome to the show. Thank you for giving us your time, your energy, as Mark Nash would say. Shout out to Mark Nash. Give me your opening statements, my brother. Give me your opening statements.
Dang, Doug, pause.
What's good, man? No, I don't normally jump on just lives like this, man. I said, let me see, man. Let me just hop on real quick, man. I ain't too busy, but ain't nothing but love and respect, man. Respect to the panel, man. I ain't got too much. I ain't know what y'all was talking about, so let me jump on here real quick.
Hey, we talking about a little everything, man. We talking about a little everything. Anything you want to jump in on, feel free. Get it off. At this current, we've been talking. If you want to bring up a boxing topic, we can touch that.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna actually say this, and I hope this resonate and actually be preached universal all over for a lot of us to have platforms. I'm definitely gonna say this, man. I put a statistic up the other day because I'm strong on statistics when it comes to my state. I don't just say Ohio runs boxing. I promote why Ohio runs boxing. I've been doing it for over 16 years. And it's love to everybody else. I don't really, I don't show hate to any other state. I got a lot of love and support all over, man. But I just put a statistic up the other day with Sean Porter and Miguel Gonzalez, and what I said was these are the only two guys that beat Usyk and Terrence Crawford in their last amateur fights. It was from Ohio. They lost to two Ohioans. Was their last Ohio fights, and I remember a lot of people were saying that was the amateurs. That don't mean nothing. And to me, amateurs and pros are different. But what I want to make clear, it's disrespectful to sit there and say these amateur wins don't mean nothing, because when they were in the amateurs, it meant everything. Even to the point you become an Olympian if you win in the amateurs. So I think we have to be very careful when we try to downplay amateur wins because they are in the pros. Do I think these guys can beat them now? Absolutely not. Sean Porter lost to Terrence Crawford in the pros. It's different when you become a pro. But what I don't like is people trying to paint this narrative that it's amateurs. It don't mean nothing. And majority of them who say that have never boxed before. Not saying all, but I see a lot of them who say that try to downplay accomplishments in the amateurs. It means a lot when you beat somebody who becomes something in the pros. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. You're going to always mention you beat Mickey Bay or Tevin Farmer in the amateurs.
It's not the same sport, though.
Real quick. And
not the same sport.
I'm about to pass this along for everybody to respond to.
Yeah.
But my thing, so I would say something to the effect of I played Kevin Durant and Todd Lawson, you know what I'm saying, in AAU, right?
Mm-hmm.
I played against both of them. In that game, I had 32, and we lost. I had 32, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, a couple blocks, you know what I'm saying? I played well in that game. Does that mean that I should be in the damn league?
No, see, that's an assumption. I think you make an assumption now because you might say you need to be in the league. We talking about something you accomplished.
Just because I beat them guys or just because I played them and had a good game against those guys at that level, mind you, this is a lower level than the NBA.
Right.
Does that mean that I'm gonna go and have a great NBA career?
No, see, is that what you get? Is that what you get out of that? Because that seemed like you adding to what?
No. My whole point of saying that is that just because you did something in the amateurs, I'm going to give you credit for what you did in the amateurs. And like you said, a lot of what you do in the amateurs depends on, and it can put you on that quote unquote that level to fight in the Olympics or to fight at those higher levels as far as amateur boxing goes.
Absolutely.
At the same time, that don't mean shit in the actual ring in the professional sport of boxing.
I think it's not fair to even compare because it's a different sport. We're talking about 3 rounds. We're talking about the way it's judged is totally different.
Absolutely.
But I get what you're saying. It is an accomplishment, but it really has no bearing on what you could be, because what I hear, and I'm sure you hear the same thing. A lot of these young amateurs, they kind of get upset because when they get to the pros, it's so different.
Yeah.
They almost feel like when you are amateur, you lose the. I guess what my man told me was Sharif Onay said, when you in the amateurs, you.
Hold on, BVO, you cut out. You cut out, BVO.
Cut out.
BVO, get close to the McDonald's so you can get the good Wi-Fi.
Hold on. Hold on. I understand my man Scott over there free basing, but let me finish what I'm saying.
Free basing is wild, bro.
He said free basing.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
You don't burn yourself with that ether, man. Be careful. But I'll say this. I think the reason I say that is because my man Sharif O'Neill said it. He said when you fighting in the amateurs, it almost encourages you to kind of do that pity pat punching and not really, knock a brother out because you don't really get the same kind of scoring. So I get what you're saying, but in no way, shape, or form are the amateurs any indication of what you're going to be as a pro.
Yeah. That's not what I was saying when it came to what they did in the amateurs. That's
for sure.
That's why I want people to understand. They don't know how to. They don't know how to change. They don't know how to decide. Dissect the two. Amateur is totally different from amateurs, but amateurs do help you get signed to big promotional companies. You can't just say one thing doesn't mean nothing, but this one does. And here's another thing: pros do it all the time. If amateur wins don't mean nothing, why do pros use it as a promotional tool when they say I beat him in the amateurs? Now I know you beating him in the amateurs don't mean you can beat him in the pros. Kelly Pavitt beat Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor beat Kelly in the pro amateurs. But they use it all the time.
But you have to use it. You have to use it. And
I get it.
But the reason, like you asked the question, why would they use it? The reason is because that's their resume. The same way in any other profession, if I go and work for a company, even though I'm not the head individual at that company, right? I'm gonna mark my resume as far as what I did at that company. So when I move forward, as far as my other jobs go, I can say, well, I have experience doing this. This is what the amateurs are for. The thing is though, I still say that because, and even in that situation, it's a tad bit different because an individual, they're gonna look at my resume and be like, okay, well, you're qualified to do this at this company. This is what you're qualified to do. You're not qualified to run the company. You're not qualified to be the head of the company. You're not qualified to be at the upper echelon of the company because you did this. Hence the reason I say it should be the same with amateurs. You're not just because you perform well in amateurs, I give you credit for that. And because I'm giving you credit for it, then we may put you on the fast track. Same way, if I go to college and I end up with a master's degree and everybody else that I'm competing with a job for, they end up with a bachelor's degree, they're gonna be like, okay, he got a master's. So it's the same thing. Okay, you mastered that piece of it, but just because I got a master's degree don't mean they could have put me in here that or put me over somebody that has 30 years of experience doing the damn job. Matter of fact, even with a master's, they don't have no master's. I'm gonna come in and I gotta learn from them. So it's the same thing with boxing.
Well, let me ask you this, Ohio's Run Boxing, because you in a state like me. Can you tell everybody about Abdullah Mason's little brother, man?
Which one?
Ishmael.
Ishmael?
Yeah.
He's good, man. He's definitely good.
I think he's better than Abdullah Mason.
Everybody say that.
Come on and keep it real.
No, he's special. He is special. I just my thing is looking at them doing the pad work. I pay attention to pad work and hearing the pop. He hasn't got that man strength yet, so he's still going. He has the skill set. He definitely does. My thing is more with him is just starting to get him on the consistency, being more active. I don't know what dad is doing when it comes to this year. I know they're supposed to be fighting in Cleveland, and I think that's going to be dope for Top Rank to have all 5 brothers fight on the undercard. I think that's going to be different if they ever,
for sure.
If they're able to pull that off. I don't think that's ever been done before. 5 brothers fighting on a card in Ohio. They will be. I think it's going to be in the second quarter where they have Abdullah because he's fighting in February. On the February 15th card. He's fighting on that card. But I think that's going to be he's special, but he's very, very skillful. He don't get a lot of attention. You got to be from this neck of the woods to really look at him because he doesn't get that much attention. I didn't post him plenty of time. just like all of them in general before they actually start getting a lot of recognition.
Come on, man, take the gloves off, man. Tell him about that nigga Ishmael. He about to put us on the map,
Hold on,
man.
but he ain't. hold on. Brian number what? 16.
Yeah, he like 16. He said he got a lot. He got a lot of growing, man, and he's going in the right direction. You know what I mean? He's going in the right direction. But me personally, I've been doing this for so long, man. I started to notice certain pressure that I put on these kids that's not getting that much recognition. I think it can help them, but also sometimes it be too much, man. I done came to fights. I wear the biggest hat in the arena, man. I done sat ringside, and I realized I was a distraction to some of them, man, because they look up to me so heavily. So I was like, damn, man. I had an incident I can share with you guys. I had an incident that happened in Columbus. James Buster Douglas was the trainer, and this fighter was so excited to see me, and meet me. And the first thing he said, he came and shook my hand. He said, "Bro, I'm gonna show you how to run boxing." Da 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 da. And he's just his energy is so lit, And I was like, okay, man. I'm shaking his hand. First time meeting him, it was great. And he gets in the ring, and he's fighting this guy that's from Zanesville, Ohio. Now, he looks like he's Pee Wee Herman. I'm giving y'all a description. He's a white boy, but he looks like he's Pee Wee Herman. He looks exactly like Pee Wee Herman. He's small. You think he about to get toe up in this ring. He's fighting the black kid.
I beat him to death.
Man, that white boy, the first time he knocked him down, he didn't look at Buster Douglas. You know who he looked at? He looked at me. He looked at me like he was so ashamed that he was in this position and in front of him. And I don't even like sitting ringside no more because of that. And I was like, dude, just get back up and fight. He was lost. He didn't even know how to recover from that. A boy beat him badly. He never recovered from that. So to me, some of these kids ain't used to the bright lights, or even some people talking about them. Some of them like being low key. So it's a good thing that I got a platform and I do what I do, but sometimes they don't like it. Sometimes
you want to hear a funny story, man?
Nah, hold up, BBO, because you.
No, let me say. Hold on. Let me say it.
Don't get no story. Don't get no story right now.
No, let me say this real quick.
We'll come back to your story.
It's about
it's gonna take too long.
No, it's not. It's a 2-second story. It's a 2-second story. Anyway, so that the Masons are from St. Clair, right? So them are the same little kids I used to throw water balloons at. It's amazing how you never know who's gonna become who, man. I remember I used to be selling water, and I remember, we drive by hitting with water balloons with ice cold water in it, hitting with
10 seconds past the 2-second story.
BBO turned this into an Ohio Runs panel session. God damn, BBO.
Damn, right?
So BBO, let's get back to the amateur stuff. I want to cook
never
on
been
that.
around them boys.
Look, the amateur stuff. He said they mentioned it before the fights, right? But they also mentioned sparring. You remember Frank Martin mentioned that shit against Tank? How good did that do him against Tank? Like, professionals is a whole different ball game. It's a reason why in the amateurs people don't duck nobody, and in the pros they navigate themselves away.
That's a lie.
It's a reason that loss means a lot.
To cut you off. That's a lie. They do not. They do duck. They do duck, my friend. They duck a lot. I don't know how much amateur boxing you watch, but I'm in the background.
You watch zero, man.
They duck a lot. So, but go ahead, you can continue. But they do duck a lot.
Now, I want to jump in here, but go ahead, Scholar. Finish up, then I'll jump on.
Go ahead, Troy. Go ahead, Troy.
It's all on you, man.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, you all know the comedian Tommy Davidson, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he used to box. He was an amateur boxer. And you know who we beat in the amateurs?
Who?
Vinny, brother from Baltimore.
Oh man, you even know.
Simon Brown. Huh?
I say you said who?
Vinny, what's the brother name from Baltimore?
Vinny Testaverde?
Simon Brown.
Bro, that's a quarterback. You talking about Pezzi Anderson?
No, man. Brother from Baltimore. Anyway, this dude went on to be a champion and everything, right? A world champion.
Who did? Vinny did?
Yeah. And he's a known fighter too. I just forgot his name. His name is probably not Vinny. I'm just having a memory fart right now. But he fought Terry Norris also, and Terry Norris whooped his behind. But he knocked out Simon Brown and left him punching on the canvas. You don't remember that? Yeah.
What's his name? I know exactly who you're talking about.
Tommy Davidson actually beat him in the amateurs. Did y'all know that?
I mean,
So I'm
I'll
I'm
just say
guessing
this,
Tommy
man.
Davidson could come now and beat him now, huh?
I mean, boxing is so different in the amateurs, man. It's not even the same type
Vinny
of sport.
Vinny
It's a whole
Petway,
different sport.
Petway.
Yes,
Petway.
Petway.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Petway.
But I will say this: there are certain things you can still see that some of these fighters struggle on when they do become a pro. I remember watching Earl Spence in the amateurs, and he struggled with the guy from Argentina that had some of the best street work I've ever seen in my freaking life. I forgot his darn name. He ended up never turning pro. He won 2 gold medals. He was a beast, but his feet work was so crazy, and I knew that Earl would have trouble with guys that use the ring a lot. I didn't see him when they go pros. It's always about matchmaking too. Sometimes they know where you're vulnerable at, so they put guys in front of you that's not going to give a lot of lateral movement. So therefore, you never know what they actually have a flaw in, especially if you're a fan. Most fans don't even look at your flaws; they only look at what you do great.
Now, Ohio, hold on, Ohio. Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. With you saying that, right? And I agree with you, especially when you become a pro. As far as the matchmaking piece that you brought up, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I think right now, Abdullah, him and his family, respectfully, they were some of the best with Top Rank, some of the best matchmaking they can have.
Absolutely.
So when we look at him versus even now, and once again, the young man is still at the beginning of his career. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe when he's truly champion, I don't think a lot of these guys are going to be there for him to be fighting me personally, but that's a whole nother story. My thing is this, from what they've done with Abdullah Mason, how much do we truly know as far as how Top Rank has matchmaked him? What do we truly know about him?
That's a good question, but here's the thing: you have to look at all the prospects coming up. Don't just look at Abdullah. See, when you look at Abdullah, we see an offensive. His offense is so unbelievable that he makes himself just separate himself from the class that he's in the ring with. Now we have an Olympian who got cut from Top Rank, a silver medalist who was from Cincinnati, Duke Reagan. You're telling me that him and Abdullah is the same?
No, I'm not saying that.
No. But the point, I'm getting to your point though. When you say how do we know about Abdullah, all you got to do is look at other prospects. They have to be able to make the fighters look like nobodies. He's able to do that. And when you look at matchmaking, Top Rank put him in there with a puncher. And I heard people was trying to make fun of the guy. I'm like, no, he's a puncher. 80% KO ratio. He put him in there with a puncher. And to me, he passed the test because I wanted to see how he would do if he did get touched. He went down twice and got back up and finished his opponent. That shows a lot of heart and determination to get back in there and finish your opponent when you get dropped twice.
So let me ask: do you think Top Rank is matching somebody like Shushu Carrington?
Yeah.
Are they matching him easier than they matching Abdullah right now?
I gotta go. No. I don't say they're matching them easier. Carrington got a nice. He didn't have fought some decent competition. It's just like I said. I don't think Carrington is more offensive than Abdullah. I don't think he's more offensive, and he might not be able to crack as much as harder as Abdullah too. So I mean, sometimes that plays a big part in it too. It's how you look. It's really how you look. Every boxer that comes into the pros, it's going to be matched up easily. But the problem is they don't know how to separate themselves. I just gave you an example. I'm from Ohio. I see these guys. Duke Reagan wasn't separating himself from the competition that he was favored heavily. I can give you many more. Montana signed with Notre. He started getting dropped by subpar competition when we felt he was a little bit more skillful than that. So he wasn't able to separate himself from the level that we thought he was better than. So when you Montana, see that,
the man arms too short. Montana arms too damn short.
You know one point you made.
That's my guy though. That's still my guy.
You know one point you made, Ohio. You didn't realize you made our point for us. You said Doodoo beat Errol Spence. Was like what 2-time medalist, and he just didn't decide to go pro. Can you imagine somebody that's cold in high school in basketball and don't make a bid for the NFL? They don't make a bid for the professional ranks because they know it's a difference. But what Floyd always say, ain't no fight running in 3 rounds. That's amateur shit. They say that shit for a reason, bro.
I'm gonna say this. Not only that, but I think you need to take into consideration some of these fighters don't think they have enough power to be able to be a superstar. Some of them trying to be a superstar, and some of them that are amateurs. I know a lot of them who just feel like, hey man, I won. I did this. Amateurs was just the highest level for me. I didn't have confidence in my punching ability. That's another topic that people need to talk about more, because some of these guys get so insecure that they end up taking PEDs because they not getting stoppages. They see their friends that are signed to other promotional companies that are getting knockouts and they're not getting knockouts. Imagine Clarissa Shields being the GOAT, but yet she's seeing girls like Alicia Bogartner getting knockouts and she ain't getting stopping nothing. But yet she's still entertaining. She's still, getting a little. She still has the buzz. She's still 3-time undisputed, but she ain't stopping nobody. I guarantee you. I haven't talked to Clarissa. I guarantee you that knockout as a heavyweight, her being a heavyweight, was one of her biggest accomplishments, because that bothers fighters more than anything, not being able to physically manhandle your opponent.
Boy, them niggas from Ohio slick as shit. He Don King me just now.
That's not true. That's not true.
Hold up. You didn't. The whole argument was that amateurs is different from the professional rankings, and amateurs really don't count. It don't count, right? We see a lot of people get their ass whooped in the amateurs because it's 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds, and when they get to the championship ranks, they get their ass tore. Matter of fact, if you go to the 90s. The guys who was meddling, like the Terrell Biggs, George Luis Castillo, those guys got their ass demolished by Evander Holyfield and the guys that didn't meddle. Fucking look at Howard Davis and Sugar Ray Leonard. Like the amateurs mean something, but it's a small piece of the pie. Some people have professional styles.
See, and I don't know if you watched the amateur belts, but even when I said Miguel Gonzalez beat Terrence Crawford, another thing, you have to watch these fights too, because a lot of us, we don't watch them, we just say it happened in the amateurs. If you get a chance to watch some of these fights, some of them, I agree with some of y'all on here, some of the amateur bouts is close losses. Miguel beat Terrence Crawford in a close decision. It wasn't like it was a clear cut, but I will give you a fight that wasn't close. Charles Conwell versus Igor Belanga. Standing 8 count, 3 standing 8 counts, nose busted. That wasn't close. But Edgar Belanga is a bigger fighter now. But if they fight in the same weight class, I bet my house on it. Charles Conwell is stopping that boy. And that was the amateur. So there are certain things you can see in the amateurs that transition over into the pros, best believe. But I'm not here to say amateur wins means a lot and going into the pros. What I'm saying is, it's important to acknowledge these kids who are in the amateurs and the pros. That's why I get a lot of love, because I show a lot of love in the amateurs. A lot of people don't. They just they don't want to be with you during your grind. They only want to be around you during your success.
During your shine.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I feel you on that, bro.
I mean, that's why I was telling you, man. You gotta let everybody know that Ishmael is the one. He's the one, bro. It's not Abdullah. It's Ishmael. He's the one, man. He's everything that they think Abdullah is.
Yeah.
You see the talent, man.
Abdullah definitely put big praise on his younger brother too. He says it too. So he definitely put big praises on his brother too. I just want him to be more active. I don't want them to, if my thing is Top Rank is not matchmaking him either. He's not signed with Top Rank. His dad is pretty much doing the movement. I was there. I co-promoted their last event. I was with them. We was in Cleveland. And
on that Ryan Garcia fight, right?
Yep.
I was there.
We stayed there. We watched it at that night. We stayed there and watched it. But
it makes sense now. You said you're a promoter, right?
No, co-promoter. I'm not a promoter. I'm a co-promoter.
It makes sense now. It makes sense why you talk so much.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I've been listening to you, and I've been following a lot of your logic. I think that even in the pros, say for instance the Crawford, what's his name?
Miguel, Crawford Usyk, or are you talking about Crawford Miguel?
No, the Crawford Sean.
Sean Porter.
Porter was winning the fight, bro. It wasn't like he was struggling mightily in the fight, bro. It's just he wasn't in the best of shape. He was on his way out, and Crawford caught up to him. But it was a fight where he was very, very productive, and you could see that he had familiarity with him as well too. Also,
Absolutely.
also, like you said, when you're in the amateurs, the world is amateurs. The amateurs set everything up for you to go on and try to make your pitch to go pro. Try to find a way to, like, pretty much what these influencers do. You influence somebody to come and try to put you on their roster so that you can go on and get to bigger and better things. Also, I wanted to ask you about what you think Abdullah needs to work on most, because I thought it was very impressive. I thought the opponent was a very good test, and he pressed him like a really good test should do, and he got up and he responded like a champ that's in line and wait. So what do you think, seeing the fight and what he's been through, what do you think he needs to work heavily on?
I'm gonna say this right now off the rip, watching him, over aggressiveness. He needs to be more patient because he's over aggressive sometimes, especially when you're fighting a guy who can punch. I think he learned from it because he's looking at who the guy is. He's got a little mohawk in the back of his head. That don't mean shit. I'm just about to walk this dude down. And no, you get a rude awakening. I'm from Ohio. We got a guy named, which is my cousin, Darnell Boone, who made a name knocking out niggas, and he had over 20 losses. And
yeah, he did.
And it does. So I get this. A lot of people underestimate guys who got a big KO ratio, but they ain't nobody. Who is this guy from Toledo, or who is this guy from Texas with 21-0 with 19 KOs? Well, he ain't fought nobody. I don't give a damn what you say. If he's knocking out 19 guys, he can punch. Obviously, now. That's one thing I think when it comes to Abdullah. He has to be careful when he's facing punchers to not engage so fast, because that can be that can catch him. He wants his get back so bad, and I think he has to be patient. Gamboa was a guy that wanted to get back. We see what happened to Gamboa.
Hey, also, I want to piggyback off of that because two things in particular, and then after that I'll be quiet again, bro. Two things. First and foremost, responding to what you just said about Abdullah and one of his traits that might not be good. After the fight, my man Shakur approached him and virtually said the same exact thing that you said, but just differently. He posed it to him differently, but told him that these what?
No, I'm listening. I said, wow, I didn't know.
I was gonna say, he told him that everybody is dangerous in rounds 1 through 3. Everybody has the ability to be a superstar on the night, 1 through 3. So don't go in there rushing for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Take your time, get to fill them out, set things up, change speeds on them so that they're not getting used to what you do. And then after round 4, you start putting together what you really actually got in your bag and what you're working out for him. And I agree with what you said, man, because I saw that too in that fight. Also, I agree also what you said about the younger brother too, man, because I'm real good with that cousin not there, and he was telling me about how skilled he is, but that he just not right there right now with his mindset. And he said that if he can get it together, though, he said that this dude got all the talent in the world, the talent in the world.
Yep, he can be able to take all the brother styles and put it into one. I think he can be the best brother out of all of them.
You talking about Ishmael?
Yeah, Ishmael.
Yeah, Ishmael is like Adrian Bronner, man. We've been waiting for a guy like him in Ohio, especially in Cleveland. We've been waiting for him a long, long time. I'm talking about he's everything that they wish Abdullah can't hold his jersey, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, this dude got a world of talent. We talking about power in both hands, a little bit bigger. I just think he gonna be the one, man. He's the one, man. Watch what y'all see.
Now,
BBO said it first.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a thought for you because you said, I don't know who you were speaking about, but you said that he has he's your cousin. He's known for knocking out people, but his
Darnell Boone.
His skill set is not what it used to be. If that's all you got is a punch, we all see how that worked out with Deontay Wilder, and other people throughout boxing. So punching is not enough.
Oh no, it's not enough, but it can make you millions. It don't have to always. It's about matchmaking and putting you in the right position. But yes, being a puncher ain't enough, but it definitely pays the bills. I'd rather be
Yeah,
a puncher
because
with no skill than having skills and no punch. You know, skills will definitely will pay the bills, but sometimes skills will get you evicted if you don't watch that check hook coming from a guy who can punch. He can end it all. He can end it all.
You guys remember how good Adrian Broner was until he got obsessed with Floyd Mayweather? Because I'm sure you know this. For some reason in Ohio, everybody in Ohio looks up to Detroit and Flint. I don't know why. Because if you come to Ohio, you're gonna hear nothing but Detroit music. I just always hated. I always hated that AB looked so much up to Floyd because I feel like he changed his style, the speed, the power that we seen him when he was at 135. You know what I mean? 130. I feel like he fell in love with Floyd and it changed his whole style for the worse. That's what I mean when I say that.
I might have to disagree with you on this one, bro. I don't think so. I think, matter of fact, he looked up to Floyd, but he didn't move like Floyd. I felt like he was always a counter, a pop shot type of guy, even before he moved up to 147. I've been watching Broner since he became Broner, and he had a controversy loss in his ninth pro fight that no one talks about. The problem with Broner is he's going to get outworked. He depended on his power way too much. And when he lost to he almost had what was it? Ponce de Leon. I don't want to mess his name
Ponce
up.
de Leon. Yeah, I remember.
God, that was a close fight. So when I hear people talk about Marcos Madonna, I'm like, before Marcos, we had some problem. But when he went up, that power didn't carry as much, and that was the problem. He was always getting outworked. He just
but this is the problem, and I do think because one of the things he tried to take from Floyd, like you said earlier, one of the things that he had his most success with, not necessarily his power, it was his accuracy. It was him being able to set shit up. You know what I'm saying? Well, when he went to the Floyd style, he stopped. One of his best attributes is that he could let his hands go early in his career. When he tried to go and be like Floyd and stop letting his hands go, try to be more defensive. Well, he was defensive without a response.
Yeah, for sure.
And what ended up happening is when you end up being defensive without a response, what happened? You just start letting they let their hands go against your ass, and they got a better chance of landing some shit.
Hey, Dub, I look at it differently. Not to cut you off, I look at it differently. I think Broner had power at 135, and what happens is when you fighting a guy that got power, you go into a high guard. You start to let him let his hands go. He was letting his hands go against guys who was afraid of his damn power. When you go up and that power don't carry, guess what? There are more volume punches coming your way, my friend.
But not if you utilize your skill set. And this is the thing. What the thing is one of the things we saw from Floyd, even when he fought somebody with power, how did he disrupt their power? He shot the jab. He sat behind that damn jab.
I think the thing that we missing.
Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead, Doug.
He sat behind that jab. He shot that jab. When it came to Broner, instead of him shooting that jab like he needed to, fighting behind it, what he went into is the strict high guard. And when you can't just go into a strict high guard against a offensive opponent, because then they're just gonna punch on you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that in my personal opinion, I think that he tried to adapt Mayweather's style, but the things that he was missing were the things that Mayweather learned from the beginning. Fighting behind the jab. One of the greatest attributes that Mayweather ever had was the way he fought behind his jab. He can utilize the jab at every range, at every distance, and be in control of the fight by utilizing it, even in close range. So, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this, Doug. I'm gonna say this back to what Bevo was talking about. Bevo was talking about him looking up to Floyd. He did look up to Floyd, but one thing he didn't do is take. He didn't take how Floyd moved in boxing. He didn't adopt to that, and I appreciate that because he fought everybody. When he was the A side putting asses in the seat, he wasn't asking about your numbers, what you do on pay-per-view. Broner fought every freaking body, and I appreciate that about him. And I also said this: if he was the promoter of Tank Davis, Tank Davis would not be moving like Floyd. Tank
We
Davis would
agree.
be moving like Adrian Broner, and that's a fact.
And I gotta tell you this, Ohio. Hey, I don't agree with a lot that individuals say about Broner, but everything you just said right there, all facts. If Tank was moving like AB moved, we'll see it. I think Tank would have much more respect in the sport than he have right now.
Absolutely.
And I think shit, man, a motherfucker couldn't tell Tank a goddamn thing he was moving like AB was moving.
Yep.
It's tough though. It's tough to really give a good gauge on AB because for me being where he's from in Cincinnati, like I know, don't nobody go there. The niggas from Iraq, pretty much, where he grew up at. I mean, let's just be honest. So you talking about a dude who had money at a very, very young age, and really the thing that always happened to AB, he had what you call stunning growth. He got around Floyd, got too complacent. He actually let Floyd take Tank from him. That should have never happened. But AB being AB, because you got to remember he had Easter Bunny. He had a couple cats.
Yeah, but I think he wasn't.
That's not true.
He was more like an Oscar De La Hoya with a Tank Davis. He couldn't really push Tank. Floyd had the bigger market and platform to really push him, bro. I think that was good to put him under that TMT brand, bro. Because that.
But you remember we seen Tank early on when he was wearing AB's chains. You remember that?
Yeah.
That's
early on.
That's not true that Floyd took him though from AB.
When I don't mean literally took him. I don't mean literally took him.
Hold on. Let Troy rock.
No. You know, AB said it out of his own mouth. He didn't have anything set up. You know, he didn't have a promotion company set up. He had it by word of mouth, but it wasn't on paper anywhere, which is why he let him go with Floyd. It's not that he took him. He just did the best for his friend, which is to let him go to someone who could actually, you know, push him and groom him and actually put him out there in the world.
Which is good though. I said which was good though, Troy, because when you think about it, Floyd Mayweather is like the Michael Jordan of boxing when it comes to finding talent. For some odd reason, he had all these guys in the gym, and you got Ashley Thurpayne signed as TMT, and I ain't gonna go on with the list of them, but it was like, come on, bro. I like what's the name, Kamel coming up, but yeah, for the most part, Floyd just was getting duds after duds when it comes to finding talent, and the ones he was under him, he was letting them go. And they was doing better leaving them. So that was just unfortunate when it came to TNT.
Because he's self-involved. He focuses on him mainly, Floyd. His favorite word is I.
It's hard to do it while you fighting. That's the thing people don't understand. It's hard to do that while you fighting.
Another thing too, in conjunction with what you two just said, I heard that it was also his either his cousin or his nephew that was making a lot of bad decisions with the fighters and the direction in which he was moving them, because they wasn't getting touched by Floyd, because like you said, Floyd was still fighting and worried about I or me. So he had his kinfolk doing it, and I think his kinfolk wasn't giving him the proper attention, and he wasn't being absolute honest and full disclosure with him, and he was telling some stuff that he would go back on later on from what I was told.
Floyd is from Grand Rapids, man. Them niggas in Detroit has always been shiesty, so it's not.
Yeah, this is BBO, bro. BBO got no filter, bro.
You off the hook, man. You gonna make it hard for me to travel to Detroit, bro.
Man, what I mean, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about how they move. Come on, man. We could talk about the countless stories that we hear about what Detroit has done, Ohio, how Ohio dudes went from Ohio, went to Flint. We know how it go, man. I'm just saying. No,
I got you.
I'm just saying from knowing the history. I mean, you know the history. Yeah. Floyd has always been selfish. Tank is just the first time he actually moved himself out the way because he seen Tank as a son. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why we seen him do what he did. He looked at Tank as a son. Remember when Tank would fight like he about to pass out? Because he really loved Tank. That's the only reason why he got the love Bottle Jack didn't get. Jaleel Hackett was with him. What's the guy? Richardson Hitchens was with him.
Lysandra, she was.
So many people was with him, but Tank was the first guy that hit that heart, and he said, "You know, I love him like a son," and he made him the biggest dude in the world. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, Floyd is very selfish, man. He had Gamboa.
He
We
got
heard
a
50. He had Gamboa. He had was it Anthony Anthony Durrell? He had Anthony Durrell. Floyd
He
is
has
at
a
the
rep.
who's who
Yes, he has a
of fighters
reputation.
under him. He just has. It's all about Floyd.
No, you're absolutely right. He's selfish. I was telling people if Floyd if Detroit was fighting somebody from Ohio and it's an Ohio versus Michigan type thing, Floyd would come out in Ohio State gear and say, I'm my own man. He would come out and say, I'm my own man. I do what I want to do. He would wear Ohio State purposely just to try to rub people the wrong way instead of just repping where he's from. Like, dude, why are you trying to seek all this attention, bro? Floyd has
Hey, he
been like
like my
that.
man on Stomp the Yard.
Worse. He worse.
Knucklehead.
Worse.
The knucklehead
He
you're talking
worse.
about. I
Because
got
you,
something for
you got to
you.
remember.
I ain't rapping nothing. I'm just me.
You got to
I got
remember
something
how
for
you got to remember how
right?
Floyd moves. Where Floyd talks to people bad.
Ohio
I
love
mean,
boxing.
it's just
I
what
got a
it is,
question for
man.
you, brother Doug.
Go on
Go
the
ahead,
rock
bro.
out, Troy.
No. You know, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Go and finish your statement, and then I'll come in after you.
Oh no, go ahead, because we're gonna have my man Ohio on Thursday, man. So I'll talk to him then.
Well, actually, like it's a two-part thing. I'm from the DMV. Well,
Uh-huh.
back in the day, like say 89, 90s, and you know, I get it. You know, y'all run boxing in the amateurs, but back in the DMV, you know, we have legends.
Uh-huh.
There was a Sugar Ray that came out, and then
In the
Sugar
70s?
Ray. I'm talking about in the 80s and 90s, man.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, Sugar Ray, you know, he mentored a cat by the name of Simon Brown, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Simon Brown was followed by Maurice Blocker. Then of course the next generation came with Joppy, Sean Bay, Andrew Council, and a whole lot of Keith Holmes, a whole lot of others. So, you know, y'all might rule the amateurs, but you know, on my side of the street, you know, we make legends. That's all I gotta say.
Hey.
Y'all need to talk to your football team about ruling something because y'all ain't winning nothing in the NFL.
Well, let me say this real quick. I like how you threw that in there.
And thank you for the Browns.
I like how you threw that in there and you said we run amateur. When I came up, here's the thing, man. Let me enlighten y'all on this. When I said Ohio run boxing, I wasn't just talking about our boxers either. I was talking about us in general. Everything that we touch involved in boxing. Let me enlighten you on this. Everything from promoters, Al Heyman, Don King, Jake Paul. We come in and change the dynamics of boxing. We change the whole game. We write the checks. So I don't care what fighters you got from Texas. When they come, they have to sign. Al Heyman was signing the checks, Mr. Earl Spence. Al Heyman was signing the check, Charlos. When it comes, who's the biggest fight in history? When you look at the biggest fights in history, Don King was a part of it, and Al Heyman was a part of it. When you go to the boxers, strongest puncher of all time, hardest puncher of all time, Ernie Shavers will be mentioned. You don't have to like Ohio, but his name will be mentioned. Biggest upset in boxing history, Buster Douglas over Tyson. Whether you like it or not. 3-time Olympian Rasheed Warren, and there'll never be another one like him to do it in America. 3-time Olympian and became a world champion. The only city in Cincinnati is the only city to have 11 Olympians. So I can give you statistics from out this world when it comes to defending our state against anybody. But I also will say this: I'm not a fool. Texas got a rich history. DC. We can go to Florida. They got some Atlanta or Georgia, the whole state of Georgia. I know the history with these guys to be able to back my stuff up. So it's a lot of great states that can proudly, be proud where they from. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, but you know, you name all these great people from Ohio, and you didn't name the greatest fighter. You know, the greatest fighter to come out of your state.
Who you talking about? Edward Charles?
Ezra Charles, who Ezra Charles was friends with James Toney's trainer, and James Toney praises Ezra Charles for a lot of his style.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't
understand how you didn't bring up Ezra Charles, bro.
Well, I'm sorry that I was giving you so many accolades breaking down that I missed Edward
I
Charles
mean,
and
you even had
many
the nerve
others.
to
But I
bring up
apologize, my
Jake
brother.
Paul.
No,
Jake
but
Paul.
Jake
what I
Paul
mean,
doing
hold
big
on.
things though.
What I mean by that, and what I mean by that, you see how he changed the game. You can sit there and say what you want, but the guy
No,
has
he
not
didn't.
only he changed the game, and not only did he do that, but he came back and gave back to Ohio. When I felt certain other fighters, when they was on that pedestal, should have came back and did some of the things he did. He came back and
What
had
did
a
he
pay
do
per
to
view. When
Ohio?
Sean Porter, hold on, Troy, and I'll let you come in. When Sean Porter had a good fight with Earl Spence, his stock went up because of his performance. I felt he should have came back to Akron or Cleveland and fought Josecito Lopez. I talked to Kenny about that. That was the great. But no, they fight Sabella, Famella from Germany and Cali. Like, what? So, again, a lot of these guys didn't come back and give. He put Montana Love on. He put Charles Conwell on in the undercard. He was feeding the fighters from our state. So when I see stuff like that, can't nobody tell me nothing about Jake, especially coming into the gyms, giving out free gear all around Ohio. And he was paying visits, even sharing my post on my page. So the dude has did a lot. Now, from the other people from the outside looking in, they gonna hate him and say whatever they want. But the dude has definitely been paying his dues in boxing.
Hey, I got a question, bro. Because I mean, while you laying down the history of Ohio, you ventured into like the top end of the boxing spectrum, and that's the promotion.
You said, why did I mention the
No.
history?
I said I said as you were mentioning the history of Ohio,
Yeah.
you ventured into the top end of the boxing scale, and that's the promotional thing. And I like to touch on since you got a close relationship, and I'm pretty sure you've actually had various conversations and dealings with him too, man. A lot of times people, and I don't understand it, especially our people, we denigrate that brother Al Heyman and what he has done for boxing and what he continued to do for boxing in his current standing in boxing. And I want to know if you can shed some light on that, man, because a lot of people throw shade on his name, dirt on his name, and on top of that, say he's bad for boxing. And a lot of these people are our people.
Absolutely. You know, Thomas, that's a very, very good question. And but I'm gonna say this though, because one thing people like about me and why I'm so like when people have conversations with me, I can take criticism. I can criticize people I rock with too. Has Al Heyman did a lot of great things? Yes. Has he done some things where I scratch my head? Absolutely. The problem I have with other people is they just tried to make it like this man was a cancer the first time he came in. He's been a cancer. He ain't been positive. He's just, just the destruction of boxing. Most of that comes from racism and people who just hate him. He came in and changed the pay rate. And there were some things where I felt like it did backfire. But at the beginning, when he did come in, he did change the game, man. These fighters were getting paid great money. And people don't want to, I point out a lot of things they don't look at. DAZN turned into a pay-per-view because of Al Heyman and the PBC model. When Canelo left and had that fight with Caleb Plant, he told people publicly that, Al Heyman was great. It was good over there. He treated me good. That was the start of the negotiations with DAZN and Matchroom. And that's when they came with the pay-per-view model. When they was trying to tell people that was dead, Al Heyman turned DAZN into a pay-per-view model. So again, when you got a lot of people who hate the man, they don't even see the positive effect that he didn't already did. You know what I mean? But again, I'm all open to when some people criticize him on certain things, fighters being inactive. I'm against a lot of that. So I definitely think he did a lot of great things. Don King too. I think Don King did a lot of great things in boxing. But they did have some flaws where we cannot ignore. So that's one thing about me. I don't sit there and just ride the pine blindly. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I stick to code. There are certain things I might not speak on publicly, but I do see the problems. So I will say that.
Absolutely. So given this year, because he's been inactive this year.
Yeah.
A lot of it is because he had to give attention to his mother and to his own health. Do you have any kind of?
You can tell that Al Heyman hasn't been really involved by the way things are going. I can say that. And this is a lot of people didn't know this. Certain people know this, that I know the Heymans because my aunt used to date his brother, Bobby. My aunt was in the pageant in Akron, Ohio. That's where she's from. And, my dad stays there now. But yeah, I used to see Bobby Heyman all the time. And I didn't know. Here's the thing. My aunt was a mistress. So Bobby was seeing her at night. So we could see Bobby, and she was traveling, seeing tours, MC Hammer and stuff. She was like the night woman. But I guess, but anyway, Al Heyman has not been, you can tell he has not been involved with the PBC model and people that's taking over, man. And my main concern is when I'm talking to fighters, like you said, I got a strong following, man, and a lot of guys I talk to from the state, Robert Easter and them guys, you can tell something was going on back there, man. You could tell something was going on behind the scenes with their pay. The pay started getting cut, and my thing was, it was just being realistic. I think Al Heyman, I don't know if y'all remember this. Y'all do remember this, I'm saying. Y'all remember when he was having those pay-per-views with Chris, what was his name? Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz. Areola against Andy Ruiz. You remember these pay-per-views, right, Thomas?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, and people couldn't understand why in the heck is he police these are not pay-per-views. They were absolutely right. It wasn't hating. They was not pay-per-views. And what I had to tell him, I said, what he's doing, I seen him about to go into the red in his business. So what happens is he's pulling these pay-per-views off to let these guys know he is actually negotiating with these fighters. And what he's doing is he's showing them, you ain't what I've been paying you. Now I'm gonna put you on pay-per-view and watch how much numbers you get. Look at your numbers when these pay-per-view get done. Now look how much I've been paying you over these amount of years, and look what you have produced from this amount of years. So with that being said, I'm gonna cut you this check. You don't like it, where you gonna go? Top rank Matchroom? They ain't gonna even put you on pay-per-view. I didn't showed you enough that I could have the power to put you on pay-per-view when you ain't even worth being on pay-per-view, let alone. So it was more of a negotiation tactic for his fighters at that time, if y'all understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I follow.
You see what I'm saying? To let them know how much he was paying them. And some of them didn't like it. Adrian Broner was one reaching out on it. I remember Broner saying I'm taking cut. He didn't. Robert Easter getting cut. A lot of them was getting cut. But again, this was a model. If they wasn't making money for the company, eventually that was going to be a crumbling situation. And that's not Al Heyman is not the only one. I seen this with Thriller. We seen it with Black Prime. DAZN ran through billions of dollars in the first six years under Eddie Hearn. So when you just dishing out money and you're not getting no revenue and no money in return, eventually it's gonna come to an end, and you got to start being more smart with the money. You know what I mean? So, and that's what happens. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I think Al Heyman always he's a slick guy. He's smart. He always finds some type of way. And it's similar to Don King. So once you think Don King is done, he got another 2 fighters that's in the top 4. And you like, where in the hell did Don King come back? And he got a ranked fighter. I mean, they never seems to get out the game when you think it's over, man. Or you think it's just go crumble. It's just, it's kind of crazy when you think of it that way.
Yeah, shout out Don King.
Huh?
Nah, I was like, shout out Don King, man.
Yeah.
I remember great things, but you said you personally.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Thomas?
You were finishing your point. You said me personally. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, but no, I was just talking about this how they able to still strive, man. It's a dope thing to see. Don King, I've always said that he changed the game too. He did a lot of things, and one thing when it comes to race, I don't always like using race. I'm not a guy that play victim all the damn time, and but I definitely see the writing on the wall when they did the Don. They wanted to make Don the face of promoters who rob people, when yet De La Hoya, Bob Arum, all those cats was robbing fighters way before Don came in. And I ain't gonna even say De La Hoya, but Bob Arum, Barry Hearns publicly said in a press conference that they was using fighters like slave trades. He smiled about it. He smiled about it.
I remember that.
How they was using fighters, but yet y'all try to paint this picture that Don King and Al Heyman, these black guys that's coming in here, they're the cancer of boxing. Get the fuck out of here.
You know they don't want him sitting at the table, bro. I swear to God. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
That's my thing, because my thing is too. I hold them accountable for the things they do wrong, but they ain't the face. That Don King ain't the one. When you think of Don King, everybody think of robbery. Now they wanted to tarnish this man's image instead of him being known for having some of the biggest boxing events in history. See, that's what I talk about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
I'm all about numbers. I'm all about numbers. When he going with the Africa, wasn't nobody thinking about having no events in Africa in boxing. Don knew how to cross over. Don knew how to build relationships. He had Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Nelson Mandela. The man was the most famous promoter of all time. He was on the cartoons of The Simpsons. I mean, what did we? How no promoter was doing that? He got his own. He got 2 video games, for God's sake. So
absolutely.
He changed the game, and that's what I mean by Ohio runs boxing in that nature, bro.
No, I got the gist of what you were saying, but when you said runs boxing, because boxing is more than just fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I understand that. I'm just for the life of me, bro. I don't understand why we go that hard on our people when you got a clear understanding of people who are doing people dirty left and right.
Absolutely,
getting praised about it.
Absolutely. And you know one thing, and Thomas, that's a good topic to talk about, because we always gonna go against our own, man. I already knew even when I started this Ohio Run Boxing, I was gonna have some people that was gonna come in my neck that's from my neck of the woods, man, and it's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Why do you prosecute your own people? It's crazy, because even when I see people that I rock with, I don't even put them out in the blast when I know they're doing something wrong. And I'm talking about in the boxing world that I mess with. I'm like, ugh, I ain't gonna say nothing on this one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody else on the West Coast, I might say something. But when it's people that I rock with, especially Detroit, and people that I really have a good relationship with, bro, I stick to code. It's nothing wrong with sticking to code. Nothing wrong with sticking to code. But from when it comes to our people, it is, man. I don't know why. But anybody who have a conversation with me will see that I'm a likable person. I'm a very knowledgeable person when it comes to this boxing stuff, man. And I support a lot of people, bro. So that's just what it means. I ain't trying to tear you down and lift myself up. I'm not one of those type of guys.
Now, I gotta say this. I can't always agree with sticking to code. I agree with it the majority of the time, but I can't always agree with it. At the same time, when it comes to boxing, if we're gonna ask these questions of black fighters, we need to be asking the same questions of every other race. We need to be on their helmet just as tough as we are on black fighters, because it's only black fighters that I've seen, and I say it respectfully. It's only black fighters that I've seen go through some of the things that they have to go through and put up with to become champion, right? And even then, when they become champion, still downgraded and maligned as nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to keep it. We got to keep this thing honest across the board, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, but I want to tell y'all, man. I thank y'all. We about to shut the show down.
Hey, before we shut the show down, can I ask one more thing about the amateurs? Because I like what the brother said. Now, honestly, you know, for the people that I rock with, I say that to separate yourself, you need to start showing the amateurs and the young prospects love, man. Because, like you said, when ain't nobody putting shine on them or putting eyes on them, man, they feel that love, man. It pushes them to do the most. And then, you know, on top of that, you build a hell of a relationship with people. I agree with that. I think that like more of us who have platforms, especially those that have engaging platforms, should spend more time with young fighters that are in the amateurs, promoting the people that are coming up in the amateurs and some of these young prospects. But there was one fight that I was very interested to hear your take on, especially since you're familiar with boxing and, you know, have a good root in boxing. that fight between one of the prospects you named, Carmel Moulton and Zaquan Moses. How did you actually see that fight, bro? Because I saw the fight a little bit differently than how it was scored, bro. And I just want to know your take on that.
I did not see that fight, man. I hate to answer this, but I seen highlights of it, and that don't tell you everything. But I have to go back and get that see that fight. I don't know if they got it posted, because one thing about the amateurs, they charge you $15 per fight, and they making their money. So I don't know if Moses or Camille got that fight where you can watch the whole thing. But I seen highlights from both of them putting in good work, so I really couldn't tell. So I would like to go back. So that's a little homework. I'm gonna see if I can actually get that and see if I can get that fight, man. Because you like the third person to ask me about that fight. I did not see it. I did not see that fight. But Moses is still an amateur. He still fight. He got a lot to.
No, he just went pro.
When
he went pro on the DB3 card in Norfolk.
Really?
Yeah. Oh man, he put the beats on somebody. He put the beats on somebody's
I gotta see
bag.
that. I didn't see that. Okay.
Dub, I'm sorry about that too, bro. Also, Panrl in the back, bro. But I apologize about that, Dub. My bad. I was out of line.
No, y'all good. Hey, look, the boxing conversation will continue. Man, y'all go over to my brother the Scholar channel. I think he's gonna go live now, and we'll keep rocking over there. But I'm shutting it down for the night. But
all right, man.
For sure, man.
I gotta say, man, I got so much love and appreciation for all y'all jumping on, sharing the brilliant boxing opinions that y'all have. And I say it respectfully the most. Everybody don't have a brilliant boxing opinion, in my personal opinion. And
I want to jump. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead, because I want to jump in and say something before you close it out.
Go ahead, get it off, Troy. Go ahead, get it off.
I appreciate that, Dub.
Yeah, so what I learned today is Trump is from Ohio and he runs boxing. Is that what we're doing?
Who?
When the show started, it was about Trump and MAGA, and then Ohio runs boxing came in and took it over. So I'm basically just putting I guess the joke didn't go over well.
We versatile, Troy. We versatile with the topic.
No. He said your boy Trump is from Ohio, and that's why we run boxing, because you a big Trump supporter. It didn't go by me. It didn't go by me. I'm just on mute, though. I was busting up.
We versatile over here. We versatile, so we can talk politics. We talk boxing. If a brother come on and got good points, then we're gonna address those points. So, hey, that's how the show goes. We versatile over here, but
Ohio,
you never had the Troy Graham experience, bro?
Yes, I know Troy.
I done been over to the Troy Graham experience multiple times.
Oh, that's the experience, bro. That's Troy Graham, and
I definitely know who Troy is, man. I know Troy is.
No, that's my brother. That's the big homie, man. He crazy.
I know who you are, too, brother. I know who you are. I just don't come out and play that much no more.
Anytime, hey, Troy always welcome over here. He always welcome.
Yeah, Troy, my guy. I got nothing but love for him. I love people that also have varying opinions, man. But I do want to shout out Ohio Runs Boxing, man. I appreciate you always, Dub. It's nothing but respect, and that's Mr. Respectfully right there. I know my boy Panrl is in the back, want to get up and say something, but Panrl, I ain't got the control, bro. So you know what I'm saying. Shout out to you, Happy New Year. Hey, shout out to all my good brothers. Nothing but much love. Yeah, I said that, bro.
I don't see him. I don't see him.
Oh, he probably got off at that doc.
Also, Thomas Hill, who was the first man to win titles in 6 different weight classes?
The first man? Ooh,
yeah. You don't know that?
I want to say Armstrong. Was it Armstrong?
It's the man you have on your profile as your profile.
Oh yeah, it is Tommy Hearns. You're right. You absolutely right.
And I'm gonna tell you why, because somebody's gonna come and argue with Sugar Ray Leonard. No, Sugar Ray fought for 2 different weight class belts in one night. I don't know how you can legally do that. He fought for a 168-pound belt and a 175-pound belt when he fought Donnie Lalonde, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right about
and
that.
And he had to put weight in his shoes to make the weight because he was barely making 160, right? So Nobody in history has ever fought for 2 different weight class belts in the same night but Sugar Ray. And I never counted that as legal because it's not legal. But it's Tommy Hearns, brother. Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, Tommy Hearns was my favorite fighter, bro. I love me some Tommy Hearns. You know, I could say a lot. Hey, your boy Panrl said he's still back there though, Dub. I don't know if you want to bring him in.
I can't like I want to, but I can't see. And I ain't gonna lie, I moved from my phone, from my computer to my phone, and so maybe they got something to do with that. But I can't. I don't see him.
But shout out, yeah, I feel you, bro.
Maybe he got to turn on his camera and his mic, you know, because you got that button you got to press that says allow camera and mic.
Nah, I don't even see him at all.
Yeah, he can't even see him in the back at all. So he probably on a different device. The other device probably got the control set where he could do everything. But
yeah.
Oh, he gonna come out. But hey, man, Troy, I really appreciate you, man. You know, it's always love, man. I enjoy a lot of the stuff that you say, even when it's in point of contention to what I say, bro, because the way you deliver it, man, and the knowledge that you have. But honestly, bro, all I really, really want to see in regards to boxing is that we somehow level the playing field where we can get more fights made. I think right now we're going through that transition where they're trying to find a way to be ingenuitive in how they pay and yet still get these fights out there. So hopefully they can do something so we can see the fights, because that's all I really want to do, man. Because back when I came up as a child, fights were happening, and they were happening often.
Tell you the truth, brother, I've had conversations with Buddy McGirt, James Toney, and a lot of other fighters I could throw out there. You've seen us talk to on Major Key, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they all say the same thing. They just don't have the passion for the sport no more because they have no reason to. A lot of these guys are just not on the level where they pull that passion out of you. I mean, they just, because they're not fighting. Tank wants to take off, spend more time with his family. He only fights once a year. So exactly, if you fight once a year, what are you doing after you fight if you're not spending time with your family? How much time do you need off?
Hey, man, I don't know what's going on. Look, we shutting it down, man. Y'all go over to make sure y'all go over to the box. What happened?
No, I said for sure. You said you shutting it down. I said for sure.
Yeah, go over to the Boxing Scholar, man. I'll be over at the Boxing Scholar next. So
for sure,
we'll keep rocking over there. Much love and respect. Shout out to everybody who came through tonight. And man, y'all know what it is, man. And it's crazy. I'm trying to do this on my phone. So you don't always just have what you need to on your phone. It don't always work that way. I don't know. I plead the fifth. Can I plead the fifth? I think I need to plead the fifth tonight, so then I ain't gotta explain shit because I don't know what I'm explaining, but I will tell y'all. When you're over here, man, you're rocking on the right side. Y'all see how I don't even know what's going on. When you're over here, man, you're rocking on the right side, man. Shout out to y'all.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
And we shall overcome.
Impromptu celebrations erupted outside the White House.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily